Welcome your host, Maddie Two Shoes.
Yellow! Why was that transition not a good one? Who knows? Welcome! Welcome to yet another Friday, chat. So nice to see you all. Yellow indeed, Sociable Steve. Yoast was first in chat, but said last first, but didn't claim first or last. Does that mean Yoast is first or last? Yoast, what have you done? Yet again, gifting a sub. That's two, Yoast. What is going on with you? Sociable Steve and Steffi, welcome to the chart club. Oh my gosh, Yoast, did you just get payday or something? What is going on? 3 gift subs. 20 gift subs in this channel, Yoast. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is absolutely... I have no words. I have no words. That is all I can do. Thank you. Thank you, Yoast. I appreciate the support very much, seeing as my Patreon count went down by 1. So this compensates for that. Thank you, Yoast. Welcome everyone to another Friday evening Data Cafe stream. Lovely to see you all here. So there is like a first not first dilemma. Major hype indeed. Garbage. There's a sort of first major first not first dilemma. Oh good lord. Steve, 5 gift subs, bringing the total to 51 gift subs. I think that makes you the new all-time champion of gift subs, overtaking UK Maddles. It just changed below. Congratulations, Steve, and thank you. Thank you, Steve. That is absolutely amazing. 5 subs. Alan, Tactics, Bad Cop, Long Like Short, and Collaborative Rocker. All amazing people who have been here before. That is amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. I'm shocked, chat. I'm completely floored. I'm completely floored. Well, that's quite a start, isn't it? Tactics, you are correct. Also, Ian, welcome in. I don't think I said hello. Rugmat, welcome in. Ian, oh yes, of course. Of course. The glasses. Of course. Excuse me, 1 second. Something's caught here. Major hype. Thank you, Bionic Banny. Thank you for the follow, Bionic. Great to see you. I better look cool for Bionic. Everyone, Bionic Banny is here. One of the most amazing VTubers you have ever seen in your entire life. Yoast, 100 biddies. Thank you very much. Hype train is very close. That's true, Steffi. The scam train. I'm here to lurk during work. Banny, it's so great to see you. You are a new chatter. You get the hi, welcome light bright board. Welcome to the stream. So nice to see you. I think the battery is dying, which is why it's blinking weird. But that should be okay. Have a good lurk. Have a good lurk. Thank you for joining. Everybody, it's Friday. Friday, Data Cafe time. It means we get to look at memes, maybe even watch a video together. Why did the hype trigger again? What? So strange. Oh. Tactics, so you are correct. Tactics, it is indeed correct. Oh, Sociable Steve, 100 bits. Nice indeed. Thank you very much. 50% chance to trigger Mr. Nice Guy. So that is amazing. So the thing is, the hype train needs to be triggered by 3 individual people, not 2 same people. So there will need to be a third person, but please do not feel obligated to keep the train, to start the train or anything. There's no necessity to do that at all, chat. You do not need to contribute financially to the stream, as I've said many times. I am fine for now. The money is running out, but I'm fine for now. So, Tactics, you are correct that the not first redemption only comes into play when... Tactics. Choo-choo. Choo-choo, a hype train has indeed started, but please, you do not need to contribute if you do not want to. You do not need to contribute. Banny, welcome to the chart club. Have a good lurk during your work. Straight in at level 2. I think we've actually hit level 3 now. Level 2 is actually completed. Yes, wow, we're already at level 3. That's very impressive. What if I gift a sub? Do I also get emotes? That would be super cool. Bless you!
Excuse me.
This is absolute madness, chat. What is wrong with all of you? Have you gotten payday or something? Sociable Steve, thank you for the 200 bits, and Rugmat, thank you for the 100 bits. There's stuff flying around. We might as well do the drop game. I don't know if you'll manage to land. Tactics already landed. Let's see if anyone can beat Tactics.
Hi,
Ian.
sir. I bring you a left join, a right join, and a whole lot of lovey.
What was that? Oh! TD, that was one of the most epic TDS messages I've ever received. A whole lot of... Thank you, Karen, for doing that. Oh, Steve, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you, Panther, for the 3 bits. It's very, very, very kind. I think Karen just had a stroke. It sounded a bit like that, didn't it? It sounded a bit like that. Panther, I can't stream next week as planned and my office is still being decorated. F in chat. F in chat. That is very F, White Panther. Oh, that's so sad. Gotta do some extra streams for me all around. Okay, we'll all pick up the slack. How about that? Okay? We will all pick up an extra stream or 2. How about that? Right? From the claw, we can do that. Right? That's what we're here for. I think that's what we're here for. Why is my phone talking to me?
Ha! Get away from me!
Sociable Steve.
I didn't
I'm here for Karen.
I didn't expect you to be here.
Oh my
Hang on, let me
gosh.
share my screen so you can see it. Oh heavens!
Oh, that was very, very good shout out. Good clip. Good clip. Oh look, my wedding rings fit me back then. F in chat for my fat fingers. No, we shall have no self-shaming in chat. So no one is allowed to do F. No one is allowed to write F. No one. Thank you for the salty bit, Ian. So, who did I forget to greet? Is someone here who I forgot to greet? Let's go through the list.
Or
Exegete.
Stop it. Get some
Panther.
help.
Ian Alex Hart. Yoast. Steffi. Sociable Steve. Rugmat. My Vips. Thank you for being here. We have Anna Banana, Bionic Banny, Collaborative Rocker, Creatus Bot, which is probably a bot, Not a Mr. Beast Contest, probably a bot, Sophia Fox, StreamB is a bot, and Tactics. Welcome in to all of you. Welcome in all that have not been greeted by Shoes of Twos. Thank you, Ian. for redeeming the welcome. So chat, it's Friday. No quotes in chat. Forgive me. I will if I goo it up. Goo it? Goo? Shouldn't have played. I did exclamation mark clip. Can someone write exclamation mark clip? That's a bit strange. What's going on here?
Distort on.
A clip, 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 and a clap. And then you've got your Twitch clip. Yeah,
Wow.
great.
What?
Amazing.
What the?
And then you've got your Twitch clip.
What just happened?
Yep, that's definitely going to be clipped. That's definitely going to be clipped. If I told you, then it wouldn't be a secret anymore. It's called Pitch Perfect. I will only say it once, so if you didn't get it, that's too bad. Oh, chat. Chat. Choo choo. Thank you for the level 2 hype train. That is truly incredible support. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. What a start. I said no F in chat. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Exegete. You've taken my advice literally. No F in chat, so I need to go. No, I think we'll make exceptions for normal phrases. You cannot type the single letter F in response to self-deprecating content. That's the rule. Oh my gosh, an ad, Panther? Really? I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen if we run an ad right now. It's the beginning of stream. It's the beginning of stream, but okay, fine. You want an ad? Producer, can we do an ad, please? You know, there's those situations where a streamer is sitting on their giant bouncy ball in their streaming room, and they have no idea how to properly stream, nor do they even know what to look at on their screen. They hold their head in their hands, and they're sad. They're sad because they don't know how to look at charts
Or interpret memes properly. So what they do is they give up streaming, eventually. Or they continue streaming, not having any idea what they are doing at all. And unfortunately that means to them that their run is over. Their streaming careers are ended forever. And the streamer is sad. And ultimately, the streamer doesn't have choice. But out of the darkness emerges the light of the most
amazing software ever. Just in Numbers. Just in Numbers, which is the most amazing piece of software you have ever seen in your entire life. Of course it's not finished. Software is never finished. Products evolve over time. If you're interested in learning more about what a product for streamers really looks like that doesn't just consist of charts, then please go to justinnumbers.com today. Wow, chat. You see, when you redeem things while the ad is running, if I go longer, I can rob you of your ability to do things to the ad, like mess up the stream, because I just talk for a little bit longer. What is this? Scam Cafe? It is indeed the Scam Cafe. Scam Cafe emotes in chat. Yes, Justin Numbers is a real-time analytics tool for live streamers that I'm currently developing. Probably never will finish, ever. However, we can always hope, can't we? We can always hope. So chat, I need to leave for 30 seconds. I will be right back.
Garbage.
Okay, chat. I know what happened. I know what happened.
Stop it. It's
Oh my god.
Do it wrong. I'll write it and we'll do it wrong.
Oh my god. Oh, did you just DDoS my memes? What the heck? Wow. Okay. Rugmat, that is some powerful stuff there. Wow. Wow. That
Why?
Why did I VIP the bot?
Why?
I don't actually know, to be honest. GG's.
Back to my childhood.
GG's. Unfortunately, they do need to be separate messages, Exegete. That is, the bot can trigger memes even without VIP, some of them, but to access all of them, it does require VIP. So that is very true that Rugmat actually... Rugmat, did you play me? Thank you for the clip, by the way, whoever clipped that. A clip, and a clap. And then you've got your Twitch clip. I think Rugmat might have played me when I was giving out VIP. I think that Rugmat, I think you knew that you needed VIP for your bot, and I think you used the opportunity. That's what I think. I think you may have played me. And in which case I have to applaud you. I have to applaud you for doing a very good job at doing that, Rugmat. White Panther, take care. Thank you for stopping by. Been lovely having you. I was fangirling a little bit over Panther being in my chat. Technically, I could also do it with your own account. That's true. But it is funnier when it's from a bot account, isn't it?
Keep your beady eyes off my top spot. Oh!
How many gift subs was that? How many gift subs was that, Panther?
B!
That was when,
I'm gonna have to turn
BBB.
these alerts off.
It was like 50?
I am.
What have you done to me, B? What? How?
Oh my gosh, how many subs is that? So Tactics, you asked me a very important question earlier. If I can go get what you said. Give me 1 second. No, wait, it wasn't you, Tactics. Who was it? Maybe it was you, Exegete. The very beginning of stream, someone asked me how my balls are. And I don't remember who it was. But the question was oriented at the fact that I'm sitting on an exercise ball. Since, well, this week. Are we allowed to ask serious SQL questions during Data Cafe? You can, I just am unable to answer them today. But hold your horses, Exegete, because I can definitely answer them on Monday. I will come back to that in a second. So the answer about the exercise ball is, it's amazing. It's amazing. However, I still cannot sit for longer than like an hour and a half maybe on the exercise ball without feeling pelvis or coccyx pain. Like, you know, that bone, the tailbone, it is a little bit sore afterwards. I need to keep shifting my position. So like I said last time, if it is annoying for me moving around and doing stuff while maintaining eye contact with you, chat, then please let me know if it's very weird for you, and I will stop. Okay? No problem. I can stop anytime I want. I don't even need to look at chat to know that all of you are very uncomfortable right now. Anyway, I'll stop now.
Garbage.
So, do you swap ball and standing? Yeah, so I now have 3 things to swap. I have sit, ball, stand, which all sound like dog commands. Am I a dog? Sit, ball, stand. No, they're different heights, right? So the ball is like, the sitting is the lowest for the desk, and then ball is like the middle. Thank you, whoever clipped again. Thank you very much for clipping.
A clip.
I appreciate clips.
And then
Clips are
you've
always
got
great.
Your Twitch clip.
You burned all your points on voice alerts that didn't go off. Now I can't redeem vision trouble and ask for that eye contact thing again. You'll get some more points, Exegete. You're subbed. You'll get them back soon. Also, what voice alert did you burn? Because I can replay it. How come I don't see it? Yoast has got your back. Yoast has your back. So this is what you wanted me to do. You wanted me to be on the ball, maintaining eye contact with you while I move the ball around and be like, yo chat, do you like it when I don't break eye contact with you and I move the ball around? It just looks like I'm sort of adjusting my chair awkwardly because you can't really see the ball. You know what would make it really awkward? If I showed you this camera angle. I think that would make it extremely awkward for you.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is the worst. I don't think there's anything worse than this right now. Chat. I don't think there's anything worse. But I'm getting a lot of exercise, so this is really good for my back. So thank you very much for doing that, chat. I appreciate it.
Distort off.
Steph, you have to be careful not to burn all of your points, though, because I know that you're saving up for something, aren't you? Why am I getting messages on my phone while streaming? We're here for you, Maddie. That's good to know, Exegete. It's good to know that you're here for me. So, in regards to your sequel question, there is an announcement to be made. Let me make this announcement by showing you all the Patreon post. Because it's gonna go live tomorrow. It's gonna go live tomorrow. But I can show it now. Good Kanban cannonball. Okay. You're still at 37k. Okay, that's good. Hello, Jay Walter. Pool friend indeed. Jay Walter witnessed a Kanban live today because we were chilling in the co-working Discord channel. So if you would like to chill with us in the co-working Discord channel, then you can join our Discord. All right, so chat. Announcement regarding Monday. Monday is going to be very special because Monday I'm going to be doing something sequel related. That's not what's special about it. What is very special is that we have 2 things to celebrate. One, I have hit 10k views on Twitch, which I don't know if that's a lot or not, because if you like 10,000 divided by the number of streams, then it doesn't seem like that much anymore. It's like 2 streams a week for 18 months is like garbage, exactly. 2 times 18, that's like 36, 18 months 18 times 4 weeks a month. It's like 144 streams. So it's like 10,000 viewers divided by 150 streams is like 66 viewers per stream. Actually, that's not so bad. Views. That's actually not so bad. Anyway, we have 10k views to celebrate, which I don't really care so much about. What I care very much about is that I'm going to be doing something really cool, which is testing the limits of my SQL knowledge, but with something really good. Let me show it to you, chat. I'm going to be testing, so this is on my Patreon. If you would like to also follow, you can follow on Patreon. You drop a follow, you will get notified of public posts, which incidentally, almost all of my posts are public. There are very few hidden posts. So what are we doing? There is a new site that has launched called Data Lemur. Data Lemur is about practicing SQL exercises, specifically around interview questions for interviewing for top tech companies. It's made by Nick Singh, who is a best-selling author of a book called Ace the Data Science Interview. I can highly recommend the book. I haven't read all of it. I've read excerpts of it, and I found it very, very good. I'm not a data scientist, but I found the book to be very interesting. And what we are going to do, chat, you can guess what's going to happen on Monday already. You can already guess. There's all these questions here. And what's going to happen is I am going to attempt to answer all of the interview questions in one session, in one stream. I'm going to attempt to do all of them. I have no idea when I'm going to call it quits, how hard it's going to be, how long it's going to take. I have no idea. All I know is that I'm going to attempt to answer all of them, possibly with tiny hands, because it's probably going to be something that people are going to try and stop me doing with the best of my abilities. So there will be, of course, the tiny hands redemption will be active. It's not active today. I'm not really typing today. The tiny hands redemption will be on. Bunny suit redemption will be on. Vision trouble is going to be on. All of the redemptions will be available to you. I may just ignore a lot of them, like the memes. Rockman.
Rockmat. Is this actually... Does it do the thing with the voice? Did it actually do the thing? Oh yeah, it did it. Nice. End the stream 5 minutes in. Oh, that would be very savage. That would be very savage. I do not know if anyone actually has sufficient amount of points to end the stream after starting the stream. I mean, I don't know if anyone has enough points to actually redeem end stream. It's 100,000. It's a lot. It's a lot of points. Yes, you should have a Scrum meeting, or better, a Kanban meeting about that. So Monday we will be acing the SQL interview. And the cherry on the cake, chat, the cherry is that apparently Nick is also going to join us in chat. The author of this site, the author of Ace the Data Science Interview, is going to join us in chat to see how well I do on the questions. I'm probably gonna get ripped to shreds on my SQL. Live. Does he have a pet lemur? I don't know, you're gonna have to ask him. So chat, yes, in regards to your SQL question, Exegete, if you would like to ask your SQL question today, that is fine. I just can't really show you. I don't have my IDE up and running or anything like that. So we can't really dive into your question. But I can try and answer your question verbally, if you'd like me to take a look at your question. Of course, Exegy, you're always welcome to reach out in Discord directly. Just DM me, and we can look at your question as well. No problem. So, chat, I think it's time. It's probably time. Should we get started with the data cafe? I think we should get started, chat. What do you think? Cute Bunny is still on.
Garbage.
But it's okay, we'll stay active for 3 minutes and then it will turn off automatically. How else should we start the data cafe? I think you all know how we're gonna start it. How it starts every time, or every stream, but especially the data cafe. We are starting with the meme of the day, chat. And this one is great. It's a great meme. One of my favorites. Came up recently.
In Discord. I am no longer cute anymore. One of these is a cold, unfeeling android on a never-ending quest to accumulate information about humanity with the goal of one day understanding what it means to feel human. The other is Lieutenant Commander Data. I think the jokes about Zuckerberg being an android or inhuman are entirely justified given the amount of video footage we have about Mark Zuckerberg acting like an actual android. This meme is factually incorrect. Yoast, please tell me why this meme is factually incorrect. What is wrong about this meme? I will take your advice or comment under advisement once you tell me what it is. I find this meme to be quite amusing. Got quite a good chuckle out of me. I hope you are also enjoying this meme chat. And because it's Friday, we have a lot of news to cover. We have 6 articles. Oh, it was a joke comment. Okay, Yoast. Okay. I was wondering what was incorrect about it. Like, if you knew, like, so if you don't think that Mark is an android but more of a lizard person, then I would have understood your comment more. Okay, chat. So, the first article. You remember how I talked about how I tried to order the articles by negative to positive?
Why?
Why not both? An androidian lizard? You mean lizardian android? In theory, yes, Steffi, you're right. He could be both, I suppose. It's possible. My sequel question is super basic. Is percentile count a reliable way to calculate an SLA? Okay. So, what does percentile count do? If it's not basic, feel free to ignore. I have an answer for your question. So, is percentile count a reliable way to calculate an SLA? So, service level agreement being, are you within the set service level agreement times? A percentile count is an inverse distribution function. So for each row, it will return a value which would fall into the specified percentile among a set of values in a partition within a window. This is a very complicated theory if you have never written SQL before, but a window function is very powerful because you can traverse a particular view of the data. So it will tell you, for example, 0.5 means it's in the 50th percentile. The answer to your question, Exegete, is how do you want to calculate the SLA? Do you want to understand whether the SLA was breached or not? Because purely asking whether a function fulfills that is a somewhat simplistic view of the question, I think. Because the question for me would be, is your SLA a hard barrier of, for example, 4 hours response time? Then you can basically have a field that returns true false, whether they met the 4 hours or not. If you want to understand the distribution of the values within the 4-hour window, then this could be a useful function. That is true. Anyhow, it's not a super basic question, but it is a question that we could cover briefly. So I hope that answer is good. If you would like to discuss that more, we can discuss it in Discord for sure. Just ping me where you would like to chat about it, and we can have a chat about it. Speaking of Discord, I got a notification here. What is this? Ah, okay. So let's get started with the actual data cafe. So I was talking about before of ordering news of like negative to positive to try and end the stream on a positive note. What's interesting about that is that this week I have decided to not do that. I've decided to include the articles in the order that I learned about them, in an attempt to see whether that changes the stream dynamic, or whether chat tells me, whether you all tell me, oh no, I don't like it like this. I want to end the stream with the most positive article of the week or something like that. That is totally up to you, chat. So the first article is yet another article about Google DeepMind. If you're not aware about Google DeepMind, I think I need to check on the bunnies. 1 second, chat. I hear things going on. Okay, I don't see them. That's always level 1 of concern. Let's go take a look here. Okay, so... Aha. I think somebody's chewing on wood. Yes. Ben is chewing the log. Ben is chewing the log. That's what that noise was. They are very much enjoying each other's company. We've also given them these 2 blocks of wood, these smaller blocks, which they're also enjoying. They think they're very funny. They tend to throw them around a bit, so we have to make sure they don't land. We have to make sure they don't land on the floor repeatedly, because it'll annoy the neighbors. Anywho, so DeepMind is one of Google's divisions, and actually their entire division is centralized around different AI projects. So DeepMind, when you hear about Google DeepMind, it's not only one team, it's several teams working on different types of AI machine learning technologies. And one of the technologies that they've come out with, which was announced this week, is that they can create short videos based on an image. Now, I don't know exactly if this is triggering anything for you in your mind yet, But let me read the article, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts around this, because there's something pretty interesting about this. So, Transframer is the name of the tool that they have announced. It could someday augment traditional rendering solutions, allowing developers to create virtual environments based on machine learning capabilities. Is a nod to the other AI model known as Transformer. So Transformer is a neural network that allows you to generate text by modeling and comparing other words in a sentence. And that model has been used now in TensorFlow and PyTorch. So that's pretty common now. And you see a lot of these AI tools out there that allow you to generate text on the fly. It's pretty common, like generate hype LinkedIn posts, or, you know, copy AI, where you can basically write anything you want, even create new business models for your company, which happened to us when we started using it. Copy AI started like suggesting new forms of business that we didn't have yet, which is pretty interesting. Song lyrics, exactly, Alan. Welcome in, Alan. Very nice to see you. I am very shocked that your first message is not a pun. So that is very surprising to me, Alan. But it's very good to see you, Alan. So yeah, so Transformer uses language to predict output, and Transframer uses context images with similar attributes to create short videos. Crap, I'm brain fried. Okay. It's fine, by the way. I'm just very surprised. So the resulting videos move around the target image and visualize accurate perspectives despite not having provided any geometric data in the original image. Sorry, I hit the wrong button there. Does anyone realize how crazy this is? Let me show you the video. Thank you, Alan. It was more of a cough, though. So these videos are moving around the image. This isn't simply just panning left to right on the image or something like that. This is actually going into the video, into the original image. Into the original image. Exploring more of that image, even though it only had an image to begin with. It's kind of nuts. So the way that it works is it takes a photo and then it basically generates key information from that photo. So it identifies the framing of the picture, and then it predicts the rest of the image. So for example, when it identifies objects, it like maps them into this three-dimensional space. Exactly, Tactics, traveling the z-axis from x and y. Even though it only has two perspectives, it's going through that third dimension. It's absolutely insane. So the prediction models are the probability of additional image frames based on data annotations and any other information from context frames. This is kind of a big deal. The reason this is a big deal is because it can do a lot of things other than this that we use in a lot of different video editing things, like segmentation. So segmentation is the act of identifying objects within an image, not where they are, just what they are. Classification, so that's about the image as a whole, about saying this is a sunset at night, for example, whereas semantic segmentation would say that's the sun, that's the night sky, etc. Optical flow prediction, I don't know what optical flow means. So this is kind of nuts. And it's also kind of nuts when you think about rendering techniques like shading and texture mapping, depth of field, ray tracing, all game dev related stuff. If you're able to suddenly traverse environments on a third dimension from a pure two-dimensional image, that's insane. because you technically wouldn't need to create assets in the same way anymore. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about how that affects that. What I am interested in the context of this, is imagining the scenario where I submit an image of myself in a location, and what it does is it's able to put me in different parts of that location, meaning that if I wanted to have a photo of myself, if I wanted to have a video of myself doing like a walking tour of the Louvre, for example, in Paris, as a tour guide, I could actually just take a couple photos of me in different spots at the Louvre and then give it to that, and then it would build out the stuff in between without me having to record all of the video of me walking around the entire Louvre, around the entire museum. So there could be really like crazy potential in saving time, right? Where I can just take a few snapshots of something and say like, okay, this is me in like 5 or 6 different poses, and I want it to like figure out the rest in between. I don't know, it just seems kind of nuts. World building pipeline would be vastly quicker in game dev if this scales nicely. Exactly, Tactics. Yeah, world building. There's a ton of really like crazy applications, I think, for this kind of technology. Of course, it's very early days, right? You can't forget that, chat. When you see a news article like this, it's usually pretty early stage stuff. So this isn't something that you're going to start seeing immediately in production on Google Cloud from tomorrow or something like that. But it helps us understand what's coming, you know? Helps us understand what kind of stuff is coming in the future, and yeah, and why it could be useful. So I don't know about you, chat. I don't know what you think about this. I think it's pretty insane what we're able to do now. And it demonstrates the kind of boundless abilities of AI, if you think about it. Because we are basically limited by our own imagination. If we can think about something we want to do with AI, then we can probably do it. Anyhow, so that's pretty cool. And speaking of like archaeology and this kind of stuff, the next article is very close to this topic, but is also kind of related to game dev in a way, but is even more far-fetched. So an artist employed a 3D scanner to recreate an entire archaeological site. So in Unreal Engine 5, which is a game engine, it's the latest and most advanced game engine from Epic Games, it was officially launched in April. It's designed to let developers create highly detailed and photorealistic environments. There's been like a Matrix demo, there's been all kinds of cool stuff. Basically what this artist did is they scanned a ton of images, like a ton of images of these old archaeological sites, and it recreated it in Unreal Engine 5. And I mean, you just have to think about the fact that what we said before about how AI can generate like video between 2 locations, right? It probably won't be as far as to be able to map like character animation and stuff within that video. But Unreal Engine 5, if you give it enough material, it seems to be able to generate a pretty crazy amount of detail of a world, given just, well, 2D imaging. I mean, look at the lighting. Look at how the lighting changes across it as well. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. I'm really blown away by some of the game dev stuff, because I guess I don't experience that in my day-to-day. Like I read a lot about sort of AI projects around how do you say, around like business topics and data analytics and stuff like that. So I'm always really impressed by this kind of stuff. Around memory. I don't know, around memory? Like me remembering things? Where was the two image game? Memory game. It's Friday, Alan. It's been a long week. So it's pretty impressive. So they haven't modeled anything around this, but they want to keep like improving it to make it even better. So by the way, the place that was modeled is the Mohenjo-Daro Mound of the Dead Men, ruins of a Bronze Age city built along the Indus River in Pakistan around 2500 BC. And it was abandoned some time ago around 1900 BC, and archaeologists rediscovered the site in the early 20th century. And it's relatively obscure, but very noteworthy because it is an area over 1.2 square miles, which I don't know exactly how big that is in kilometers, but 1.6, so 1.2, let's do the conversion, 1.2 square miles, 1.2 square miles in square kilometer. Is Google smart enough to do it this way? 3.1 square kilometers. 2,372 kilobytes. Exactly. Thank you, Alan. Also, I didn't really know what today was until you said it. Really? Oh. Would you please share the link to the article? Yes, there will also be all the links, tactics, are always in my Patreon stream recap afterwards. I won't deny you the link now, but you can always go to my Patreon after the stream within the next couple days, and there'll be a stream recap there where you can see all of the links. They're public. They're public. You don't need to pledge anything. So yeah, it was captured using something called Metashape. So you generate 3D images based on photographs of real objects. You're welcome, Tactics. Oh yeah, and the link to my Patreon would be helpful, I guess. So it was originally released in 2010, which is pretty old. But it's been used in a lot of games. They also use it in TV and film, apparently a lot, especially with archaeologists. So when they have photos, they can generate a 3D model from the photos. It's very, very cool. Apparently there was another one from Japan. In May, an artist showed off their photorealistic recreation of the Echu Daimon train station in Imizu, Japan. So it's not the first time this has been done, but this one really caught my eye. If we look, I mean, just look at the level of detail of like everything around. This was generated from photos. Absolutely insane, really. I mean, the photos got 3D scanned, and then the 3D scans put into Unreal Engine. It's just, I don't know. It's so mind-blowing. Super cool. Really, really cool. I have no idea what other applications there are for that, other than TV and film. So chat, let me ask you a question before we get to the next article. Who here has ever booked an Airbnb before? I'm curious. Tell me in chat, have you ever booked an Airbnb before? Yes or no? Because the next article is about Airbnb, and I'm curious about, I have no idea Like I have no idea about you, chat, whether you are the type of people who've used Airbnb or not. That's it's just something I just don't have a read on. I really don't. So Jay Walter, Rugmat, Steffi, Tactics, all knows. Alexis and Yost are yes. Okay. Okay, welcome Alexis. Nice to have you here again, by the way. Great to have you back. So this is really interesting because it's really hard to know, like, to know your chat like this. You know what I mean? Like I can judge most of your personalities in terms of like how tech savvy you all are. Like those things are easy. But knowing stuff like habitual stuff, like how often you shop for groceries or whether you've booked an Airbnb, it's just something I can't do. So this next article is very interesting, and I will go into a bit of background about it. The title of this article is that Airbnb is rolling out anti-party technology. They are trying to stop the party, chat. This is very important to understand. They're stopping parties from happening. So, what is this about? And what is anti-party technology? Does that mean the police just storm in when as soon as you start cracking open a beer with a friend in an Airbnb? Well, that's what's very interesting. So it made a 3 to 5 times a week. It made a permanent ban global in June when it said it does not allow parties anymore. So let me go back to this just to give you some context. So they had a cap on rentals, 16 people, which they removed, but they said that now it is a permanent ban to book house parties for Airbnb. And this was introduced in 2020 as a temporary measure about this social distancing during the pandemic. But because it's been so happy, it was so happy that people didn't do house parties anymore, that they made it permanent. 3 to 5 times a week, groceries, not parties. Oh, Yost, I figured you for like a party animal. So when you said 3 to 5 times a week, I immediately thought parties. Absolutely. Like for you, I can totally imagine like after some Twitch in the evening at like, I don't know, 11, 12, that's when you hit the club. I mean, that's, for me, it totally makes sense. Fractal, welcome. Nice to see you again. I thought it was more of a response to those people who were shot down at a party on one of the properties. They had a lot of problems with parties, okay? So they had like disruptive parties and events because they had like social media, crazy 6,000 people turning up at stuff. Like they had absolutely crazy stuff. Party house properties, disruptive stuff, basically. You threw a party once in 1995. Wow, Yost. Are people still talking about it? Because it must have been good if they're still talking about it. The thing is that them suspending like 6,600 guests, if they have 150 million users, it's like drop in the bucket. But yeah, basically they had issues with parties because essentially people were holding house parties and it was very, very disruptive. And yes, you're absolutely correct that the original thing came up from a Halloween event, in California in 2019 where 5 people died. That is correct. But that wasn't, I don't know, like that was like an immediate reaction, but I think this is like the long-term strategy for them, right? Partied like it was 1999 in 1999. Oh wow, tactics, that's very good. I personally don't feel comfortable booking Airbnb anymore with their ethics. I can understand that. I can understand that as a platform. I mean, they are trying to move in a good direction. I can respect that they're trying to change things, but a lot of stuff has come out over the years about there's trust and safety teams employing ex-CIA and ex-FBI members to do really covert tactics in silencing people that have had real big issues on the platform. Really properly serious stuff, which I won't talk about those terms on stream, but you can imagine what kind of serious stuff there has been in terms of abuse and physical harm and really bad stuff. So yeah, I can totally understand that, Fractal. Absolutely. I can definitely understand that. I actually used to live right across the road from a 5-story building that was built entirely for the purpose of being Airbnb units, and there were a few random parties there, but not too many. CEOs, that's also part of the problem. Like, Airbnb as a platform set out to use existing resources, and then people buying up property or even building property to host Airbnbs is kind of against the whole idea of, oh, we should probably use the stuff that we have available rather than building new stuff, because we're kind of running out of space and using up all of our resources on this planet. So yes, Fractal, exactly. Like, anyway, what does anti-party technology look like? I mean, it can't be as simple as just the crap out of posts that look like parties. You know what I mean? Like, no one is gonna be that obvious about, oh, party at my house 5 p.m. come book, you know. So what does anti-party technology actually look like? My city is a tourist town. People who work here cannot afford to live here anymore, and Airbnb is definitely part of the problem. Buildings left empty. See, Fractal, that's exactly my point. Every city is a bit different. Like, all over the world, Airbnbs had different effects, but ultimately it's very disappointing overall, I think. Never mind the whole like legal issues around, like, you know, tourism taxes and stuff like that. Whatever. Like, I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about like the fact that people explicitly get driven away from where they've lived for 20 years because all of the property nearby has been bought up to be an Airbnb and sits empty for 20 weeks a year, and then it gets rented out, and there's people coming and going from all over the place all the time. There's like anonymous cleaning crews. You know, it just doesn't feel like the right way to do things, you know, chat? It just doesn't feel right. And when something doesn't feel right, you know it's wrong. That's the point. If it doesn't sit right. Neighborhood killer. Exactly, Tactics. Neighborhood killer. People don't live there anymore, so there's no one there to, you know, water your plants when you go away. It's all just Airbnbs. I don't know how they can track parties without some kind of invasive surveillance. I'm sure there is much that they aren't disclosing about this tech. Well, let's dive in, Fractal, and see what anti-party technology actually means. So, the technology is designed to automatically catch the kinds of bookings that are likely to result in unauthorized parties by looking at factors like guest review history, age of their account, length of the stay they're requesting, and whether they're booking for a weekday or a weekend. The company says it's been trialing similar technology in select areas of Australia, where Karen comes from, since October 2021, where it saw a 35% drop in unauthorized parties. It's also previously used a similar system in the US since July 2020 that has a more limited focus on guests under the age of 25. So that's where they're trying to probably increase the legal situation as well. I hope they're named Party Pooper. Yeah, Tactics, that would be a great name for this AI model, Party Pooper. So that's interesting. With this previous technology, younger guests were prevented from booking large houses nearby to where they live if they didn't have a history of positive reviews. Okay, so that's a pretty transparent thing, right? if we're talking about like, if we're talking about what that previous technology is doing, that's not necessarily machine learning. It's just technology. It's just like a filter, essentially. So young guests, if they live in X, take radius, and if they're trying to book a house in that radius that is of size Y or above, do not let them do that if they don't have a history of positive reviews or something like that. And this latest thing is very different. It's much more broad, and it doesn't mention age at all. So how would they even be able to define a party baseline? Fewer parties reported. Yeah, so I'm guessing the entire party basis for the party is based off of police reports and reports on their platform and reviews is what I'm guessing. Although you can't really be sure, right? Ultimately. It's hard to know. But yeah, I think it's probably based off of qualitative. I don't think they can specifically know every time whether it was a party or not, without like some kind of, you know, camera in the room type scenario, which they're obviously not gonna do. So 2019 is when the 5 people died at a shooting. In 2020, it announced a further crackdown, this time as a result of COVID. The fear was a closure of bars and clubs might encourage people to turn to Airbnb as an alternative. So that was about social distancing. Guests who are suspected and blocked from making bookings to host unauthorized parties may still be able to make an alternative booking via Airbnb. So they may be able to book a private room rather than the whole house, or book a hotel stay through the platform. Oh yeah, they started doing that too. They started partnering with hotels because they got so big, right? Airbnb got so big that they basically now rival platforms like TripAdvisor and Booking.com. So they started negotiating rates with hotels. And what's interesting about that is that I have a very good source on this actually, is that Airbnb is in a much better position to negotiate rates with hotels because Booking.com and TripAdvisor make all of their revenue from those bookings. So they take a larger cut. Airbnb makes revenue from most of their stays already. So them defining a smaller cut for the hotels is a huge advantage for the hotels, right? Rather than giving up, I don't know, 3% to Booking.com, they only have to give 1.5% to Airbnb, right? Which is better for their bottom line. But it goes in the direction of basically every single corporation owning everything, blah, 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 which is... Do you want a large corporate owning everything? Do we really want Amazon buying EA games? Like, these are questions that you have to ask yourselves, chat. This is really the future that you want. And I think most of us would say no. No to the drop game putting me in the corner. Has no one landed? That's savage. All right, so the party ban has been very positive. So here's the thing, Fractal. Here's the thing. Airbnb previously said it's seen a 44% year-over-year drop in the amount of party reports. So it is about reports, ultimately. In total, it says it suspended the accounts of around 6,600 guests for violating its anti-party rules in 2021, compared with 150 million total users on the platform. That is why I vote with my dollar. It is just about the only impact I have. Fractal, I agree with you 100%. Where you put your money will dictate which businesses live or die. It's that simple. Vote with your wallet, as they say. Yost, when we went on vacation in Europe a few years back, we booked a lot of Airbnb events in Portugal and Spain, winery visit, making paella, etc. Yes, I've heard that the Airbnb events are actually really cool. They sort of branched out into that area a few years back. I mean, it's a natural thing, right? For them to do like guest hosting type stuff versus just staying in an apartment. It makes sense to go down the event route. And seeing as you've already got people who are crazy good hosts on the platform already, like these super hosts and stuff, it makes total sense to tap into that and say to them, hey, listen, you're a super host, so do you want to offer like a tour of the city, you know? And this is like direct competition to platforms like Get Your Guide. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with the platform. Get Your Guide is specifically around booking attractions and things like that, but not tourists, not tourist stuff, like from authentic locals who live there, who can say, oh, like, here's a street food tour in Rome with someone who's lived in Rome for 16 years or something and knows all the cool spots, you know what I mean? And normally you would, like, if you use like a platform like Couchsurfing, right? You might run into someone like that anyway. Like your host on Couchsurfing would tell you, oh, hey, I know my friend knows a great place to go surfing, right? Like if you're staying in Portugal or something. Like those are the kind of things that would happen organically, and basically these platforms are trying to manufacture that to some extent. So yeah, Fractal, I heard somewhere that some European cities were testing host-owned Airbnb alternatives. Host-owned Airbnb alternatives. I don't know what to make of that, Fractal. Does that mean that the hosts own the properties? Because you can own a property already. Anyhow, Yoast, I don't think the Airbnb experiences were offered by the same people as those who had places to stay. There's some overlap. But they for sure acquired a lot of users as well, organically, for that. People who are not hosts, who don't want to open up the doors to their apartment. Like, for example, me, in my situation, I can't host someone here in my flat, right? But I could be a great event host for, like, Eat Swiss Cuisine or something, because I can cook Swiss food. Just saying. Like an employee-owned company, they all have equal shares in the company that they rent their homes through, so they share a burden of website costs, insurance, etc. Ah, so like an actual alternative platform to Airbnb, where it's like a collective. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. So that's like a cooperative in a way. So there's a big thing here in Switzerland, at least, is housing cooperatives. In German called a Genossenschaft. And the cooperative basically works like this. You have a big cooperative. They get money together from investors to build buildings. And then what they do is they basically rent them more or less at cost of what it costs, like, them to recoup their investment over, I don't know, 20 to 30 years, something like that, or 50 years. And so people pay lower rent, but they have to buy in. So they buy in, and then they're part owners. And then they have a say in dictating how the... I should switch scenes, actually. Then they have a say in saying, you know, whether there should be more trash cans in the inside area of the settlement, or what types of entertainment options there should be for kids, or if they should allow a park to be built next door, and all this kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff. I wish I could remember where I'd heard about it. I know there was also a similar model Uber alternative described too. That would basically be going, so that with Uber, that would basically be going back to taxi companies, but where the employees own part of the taxi organization, which is basically the same as taxi companies where the employees own the cars. Kind of, for me. It's not a huge difference in that case. Yes, those are cool housing options too. Yeah, housing cooperatives are amazing. It's just very hard to get into them because they're very rare. It's very rare. They're basically very much in demand. That's the thing. I think, chat, this is so funny right now.
Many an anemone has an enemy anemone.
Karen! Many an anemone has an enemy anemone. Wow. Karen is better at pronouncing that than I am. What's fascinating for me is the people sometimes who join my stream. You know, I have like lurk reveal on, and lurk reveal shows me who's in my chat, right? And sometimes I see usernames in there and I'm like, who is this? You know, like, actually, who is this? There was a user here before with a 4-letter Twitch username. You can imagine how old that user must be. But yeah, so anyway, chat. So the difference from normal taxi companies is that they share all the profit and provide assistance to members who need a down payment for a new car or car repair group insurance rates. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I can see that. So ultimately, cooperatives for every type of business could be the future model. So rather than have organizations, rather than have a company that runs everything and profits off everything, distribute the risk and distribute the capital across everyone within the organization. It's kind of like employee-owned, yeah, employee-owned model for everything. Cooperatives for gig economy messes. I would hope that with our startup we don't create a gig economy mess, but I think we are not going to be doing that because we are using existing resources. That's the difference between us and every single other gig economy or marketplace, especially in the food sector, but overall in most of the marketplaces, not only in the food sector. They are asking the supply side to take up an activity that they were not doing before. Uber started asking people to start driving cars who were not driving before. They had to get a lease or buy a car, etc. Airbnb, yes, people initially with their flats would rent out their flats during the holidays, but it wasn't enough for Airbnb. It wasn't enough. So they incentivized people to create more apartments, to buy apartments, a second apartment, just to rent it out over Airbnb. And we are asking... Oh, great, Fractal, that you said this. How would you angle that explanation to an investor who is going to be more familiar with traditional gig economy success stories? So here is the angle for the investors. And if any investor is listening right now, this is for you. Cookie leverages existing resources and is the only startup in the food marketplace scene to do so because we ask people who are already cooking to cook a little bit more. That is how the concept works. That is why it works, because people are already doing the thing that we're asking them to do. The only thing that is new is we're asking them to advertise it on our platform. That is the only thing that's new. And that hurdle is way lower than asking people to jump through several hoops to start cooking in the first place, which we're not asking people to do, because it's simply more efficient for 5 people to eat from one kitchen rather than 5 people having individually gotten their meals. And that is exactly the point, Fractal. People who didn't cook on that day, all of the people who ate together saved food waste, they saved energy costs, they saved water, they saved packaging, they saved all of their time because they didn't need to go and buy food, like the raw ingredients either, or prepare it. So it's a huge impact. Maddie's startup is made of people. You heard it here first. That's right, Yost. It's made of people. You can use the startup command to check out what that is, by the way. Hello, Mere! Very nice to see you. Mere is one of my emote artists, as you can see from that beautiful artist badge that Twitch added recently. Thank you, Twitch, for doing that. To give credit to all of the amazing emote artists all over Twitch, Mere designed the bulk of my emote. I am doing great today, Mere. Thank you. It's a Friday. I'm very happy that the week is over. I'm going into the weekend with a positive mindset that I will try and relax and take some time off for myself. As a busy professional, I would 100% use that service when it comes to the US. Fractal, I'm so glad to hear that. The US is a very tricky market when it comes to the legal implications of, yeah, food regulation. Fortunately, in Europe, we're a bit more relaxed about that. But there is a platform in the US called Chef with an S. shef.com. So if you would like to look at that, it may be available in your area. I have no problem sending you to another platform because we are not competitors. We're not competitors. We're not competitors because everyone in this space pushing to make home-cooked food a reality for everyone is a win for us. Literally, we're all part of the same ecosystem, so they are not competitors. For them, it's definitely more about enabling a side income for those individuals. But yeah, here, side income is not as relevant. You just found out that today that it's a 3-day weekend in the UK. Wait, the Monday is a day off? UK holidays. Really? What's Monday? Monday, 29th of August, summer bank holiday. Oh, look at that. Okay, cool. Then my stream on Monday will be even more successful. Monday, I am streaming a crazy sequel challenge.
They're great.
And Jens is great. That's correct. Jens, good evening. Thank you for doing interesting streams and enforcing the use of the right joins. So when you say right joins, you say correct joins is what you mean, right, Jens? Because otherwise it's a real problem. Otherwise it's a real problem. I think that's a very positive mindset to have with business. Thank you, Fractal. What's also a very positive thing is that I need to go on a break. Actually, it's not really positive. No, it is positive. I'll take a short break. We'll play a short ad, and then we will come back and cover the other 3 articles that are left today. And I think we will still have time to watch a video together. How about that, chat? Okay? So I'll be back very shortly. Use the chance to stretch your legs, look outside the window, distract your eyes a bit from the screen. Take care of yourselves, chat, and we'll be right back.
Good, that's the one. think I am
A clip,
getting a text
and a
message.
clap. And then you've got your Twitch clip.
Information. Ones and zeros never lie.
Failure.
What is this?
It's Microsoft
Stop
Excel.
it. Get some help.
Can't do it. We'll do it live.
If you didn't want to play, then why'd you come?
We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
And wrap it up. But just read the chat and wrap it up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Good, that's the one.
And Secretary could go now, and Mayor Bowser,
Oh my gosh.
as well. And for families across the country.
Bezos, the richest man
Wow.
in the world.
Yeah. Wow. Or to spam memes. Did you spend a lot of time writing your bot, Rugmat? I'm very impressed. I think I need a bot. Now I need a bot, don't I? Sorry, chat, I got myself some snack here. Some M&Ms. No time at all. Actually, you're right. I think it's very easy to create a bot. Let's write a bot in SQL. The code is 48 lines, and most of them are the command. Can you trigger it via Stream Deck? That's the real question. Chat, have I told you how much I love synthwave? I freaking love synthwave, chat. Jens, thank you again for the resubscribe. 4 months, Jens. You're an amazing human. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate that. Really. Super cool. Super, super cool. It just watches for when I say BRB. Really? Oh. Interesting. Ah, tactics also on the synthwave train. That's awesome. All right. Chat. It's time. How many of you have heard of the term air gapped? I think it's actually Rugmat that has to trigger it, which is good. Good QA. Good QA tactics. Very good QA. How many of you have heard of the how many of you heard of the term air gapped? Maybe you've heard of it in a TV show. Or maybe you heard of it when you were, I don't know, like Yoast at spy school. Possibly. Edge cases are fun to explore. Oh yeah. I'm a nightmare.
It used to be free to fill up your car tires with air. Now it costs $1.25. You know why? Inflation.
You are totally correct, Jens. Karen, you are 100% correct. Used to be free to fill up your car tires and now costs $1.25 because of inflation. But you're not allowed to talk about your time at the company. Oh, okay, Yost. That's fine. Not a problem. But basically, air gapping is the act of Air gapping.
If the
Whoever
price
clicked.
of filling up your car's tires with air continues to rise, will be air gapped.
Thank you for clipping, whoever clipped. Alexis, me, physically and logically separated but able to communicate. Yes, correct. That is a very... Ooh. Oh, saucy. That is a very good definition, Alexis. I'm sorry if you got blinded by 90 million lumens. You can thank Steve for that. It's just an old laptop where the Wi-Fi stopped working. Also, potentially air-gapped. No, the real air-gapped is actually where it has never ever been in touch with an outside network. It's able to communicate, but not with outside networks. It's basically physically and logically separated, but with some level of communication. It's always in these spy movies or CSI series where they're like, we need to use an air-gapped computer to do the hacking. And then they're like, oh, okay, let's do the hacking. Yeah, let's go. I'm hacking so hard. Wait, I need to get into real hacker mode. 1 second, chat. Lumens don't help with hacking. Lumens don't help with hacking, chat. All right, here we go. Now we're hacking. Oh my gosh, sitting on a ball as a hacker is really difficult. There we go. Now we're hacking, chat. Our identities are completely concealed. I'm doing 90 every time UK Maddles blinds us, since he doesn't have a 90 command. Ooh. You can hack using 90. Yeah, or RGB. You can also use RGB to hack. Oh my god, you changed my lights? What? What? Oh my god. Thumbnail time. Yeah, that doesn't work that way, Steve. So anyway, chat, so the thing is... the thing is... that over there. No longer hacking. But yes, you can turn the lights red. which is kind of like hacking, right, Steve? So the thing is, I used to think that air gapping was really secure. Right? Like, air gapping is the de facto standard to keep something safe, right? Surely. Here's the problem. There's been articles over the years that have shown that there are multiple ways to actually...
The worst thing about hackers finding your password is having to rename your dog.
So, yes, renaming your dog is very challenging, Jens. Thank you for telling us about that, Karim. What's crazy about it is that there was an article a few years back showing that they could read information from the fan of the machine based on the RPMs. I mean, it was just like transmitting sound information. Air gapping is still susceptible to social engineering. That is correct, Steve. Social engineering is certainly one of the most tried.
Why is it easy to hack an excavated pyramid? It's unencrypted.
Why?
Jens, where have you dug these up? Oh my gosh, Jens. You're replacing Alan with the dad jokes. Why is it easy to hack an excavated pyramid? Because it's unencrypted. Oh. All right, so here's the thing, chat. Social engineering, obviously, but things like listening to the fans of the computer. But listen to this, chat. Air-gapped systems leak data via network card LEDs. Even the lights can be hacked. Okay? And let's listen to this, okay? Let's listen to this. Discovered a new method to exfiltrate data from air-gapped systems using the LED indicators on network cards. What? Wow. Yeah, wow, indeed, Mere. What? So they dubbed it ETHERLED. It turns the blinking lights into Morse code signals. Absolutely mind blown. Bless you.
Put my faith in data. Information. Ones and zeros never lie.
Yeah, but we need to blast this virus off you, buddy.
And here's where we really notice the volume differences between the memes. How are they on a network if they're air-gapped? Oh, so, Steve, an air-gapped machine can still be on a network. This is the thing. So, an air-gapped machine can be on an air-gapped network. Still.
How did the computer hackers get away from the scene of crime? They just ransomware.
I don't get it. How did the computer hackers get away from the scene of the crime? They just ran somewhere. They just ran somewhere. Oh, Jens. Oh, Jens. That's hilarious.
Stop it. Get some help.
But Rugmat is right. You probably need help. It took me a long time to get, Steffi. It's Friday. That's my excuse. So, the answer to your question, Steve, is an air-gapped machine can still be on a network that's air-gapped. So, this is crazy. It requires a camera with a direct line of sight to LED lights on the air-gapped computer's card. Fine. Security camera in the room, maybe? I don't know. These get translated into binary data to steal information. Where are air-gapped systems? Air-gapped systems are computers typically found in highly sensitive environments, like weapon control units, that are isolated from public internet for security reasons. However,
if a gardener has green fingers, what does a hacker have? !/cryptos.
Cryptos? Cryptos? Wow. So direct line of sight and the right software on the sending computer to blink the lights properly? No, so that's the thing. They basically work with any peripheral or hardware that uses LEDs as a status or operational indicator. That could be a router, a network attached storage device, a NAS, printers, scanners, anything that blinks an LED, which is essentially everything. Now, there was taking control of LEDs in keyboards, modems, and EtherLED is more covert, apparently. So this is the code. The attack begins with planting on the target computer. This is very important. Needs updated firmware. It contains a modified version of the firmware for the network card. That's correct. This allows taking control of the LED blinking frequency, duration, and color. Yeah, exactly, Steve. So it controls the LED. Alternatively, you can also attack the drive for the network interface controller to change connectivity status or to modulate the LEDs required. The researcher found that the malicious driver can exploit documented or undocumented hardware functionality to fiddle with network connection speeds and to enable or disable the Ethernet interface, resulting in light blinks and color changes. So basically, you're looking here at different blinks, which are binary. It's not called a router, it's called a router. Jens, we may disagree on this one. I call it a router. You say router? Chat, router or router? Router or router? That is the question of the day. What sort of polling rate would you need to record the blinking lights? Microsecond? Probably microsecond, yeah. Limited. It's limited by hardware. Not going to be able to blink like a 10,000 times a second, is it? I'm English, I say router. Poll! We should do a poll, actually. Okay, we'll do a poll. I'll make it very clear. There's a poll for you all to answer. Router or router? But a road is a route. Not a rotor? Very confusing. Please answer the poll, this is very important. Router. A route is a path. I can be on board with that one, Steffi. Interesting. It's tied for the moment. 3-3. Should I vote too? I should probably vote too. Just to be statistically significant. Alright. So each data frame begins with 1010, which marks the start of the package, followed by a payload of 64 bits. This is nuts. I would love to see the geography of the responses. Unfortunately, we don't have that. But the poll is 3 minutes, so everyone in chat will have a chance to respond who's here. Maybe there are some people who are not here, though. If you haven't answered the poll about router or router, please answer the poll. The bitrate of Morse code can be increased by up to 10 times. Ah, it's okay. So 10 million dots, 30 million dashes, and 10 to 70 millisecond? No, wait, what is this? Oh yeah, millisecond. Yeah, so here. Code dots and dashes lasting between 100 milliseconds and 300 milliseconds. You don't see a poll. It's above in chat. Yoast. I can't show it to you. I don't have anything ready to show. Okay. To capture the signals remotely, threat actors can use anything from smartphone cameras up to 30 meters. Do you want to try Google pronouncing it? Ooh! Yes, I do. I do. Oh, on the iPad you don't see it. Okay. Okay, chat. So, the winner of our poll is router with 57% to router. Okay. Are we ready? Here's the answer from Google.
Router.
Garbage.
It sounded pretty British to me. It sounded pretty British to me.
Router. Router.
Can we make her have a different accent? What if we give her like...
Router.
Now she's German.
Router.
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 Okay. The point is that
Router.
router was correct because Google also pronounces it router.
Root.
And root is pronounced root. Which also means that
Road.
road.
Why? 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 Why?
Why did the Germans sound cute?
Why?
Straße.
Your Google pronounces it router?
Straße.
Hold on. We can put in something for her to read that's more aggressive, Steffi. But if you're in America, it probably pronounces it differently. That's true.
Router.
Karen! Nice. Hold on. Hold on. We will get to the bottom of this.
I will abide to whatever Karen pronounces. I use a router to route my network traffic onto a route to the interwebs.
She said router, not router. But what's interesting here is Merriam-Webster has both.
Route. 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 Route.
I am root.
Route.
Let's try with router. Look, there's only one.
Router.
Oh no. No.
Router.
Wait. Hold on a second.
Router. Router.
Wait a second. It's a different definition, chat.
Router. Router.
It's a different definition, the way you pronounce it. Oh.
Router.
Is something that routes, like routing a plane. And
Router.
is a device that mediates the transmission routes of data packets. Oh, I forgot the emojis are huge in the chat overlay. How is that emote not against TOS?
The root of my router is a / followed by nothing.
Okay.
Perhaps we could encode information with a series of root and route phenomena. Root.
I'm trying to get a tongue twister with root in it. Ah, here it is. I know this one. Is there not one with both? Why am I getting React results from Google? Oh, there's way worse on Twitch? Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Cambridge has the same pronunciation for UK and US. Who knows any more? Wow, okay. Interesting. Alright, so chat. Back to the router issue. This thing can work on a cell phone camera up to 30 meters distance. I just want you to imagine how far 30 meters is from whatever air-gapped machine. That's enough to go through a window, for example. Drones can go up to 50 meters, webcams can do 10 meters, surveillance cameras can do 30 meters, and telescopes or cameras with telephoto could be over 100 meters. So if an air-gapped machine was next to a window of an office and someone was sitting outside, the time needed to leak secrets, such as passwords through ETHERLED, ranges between 1 second and 1.5 minutes. Wow, so if you have a two-color, look at this time, look at this. Time it takes to leak various types of information. A two-color LED can reveal a Bitcoin private key in 2.1 minutes. Wow. So basically anything under 2 minutes, give or take. And this table shows the driver firmware one. Wow. If you have a two-color LED. That's pretty crazy. Other exfiltration channels. Ah, this is what I mentioned before. Okay, Mordecai also published a paper on gyroscope, an attack on air-gapped systems relying on the generation of resonance frequencies on the target system captured by a nearby smartphone gyroscope sensor.
Well, everybody's heard about the router. Router. Router's the word. Well, a router is the word. Well, a router. Well, a router is the word. Well, a router. Router's the word. Well, a router. Well, a router is the word. Well, a router. Router is the word. Well, don't you know about the router? Well, everybody knows that the router is the word.
You replaced bird with router, didn't you, Jens? From bird is the word. It had a good ring to it. I mean, it's like a bird is the word, but with the router. Positively lyrical. No, you didn't do that, Jens? Hey, Owen. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Although I saw you lurking for a bit before. She started singing there for a moment. Yes, she did, actually. If someone clips that, we can play it back later. Okay, so Mordecai did another air gap thing about a nearby phone gyroscope sensor. In July, he also presented the Satan attack. I'll just say, like, his names for his stuff is pretty amazing. Gyroscope, Satan, which uses the SATA cables inside computers as antennas. What? I also replaced B with R. Oh. Very interesting, Jens. The complete collection of Dr. Mordecai Guri's air-gap covert channel methods can be found in a dedicated section on the Ben Gurion University of Negev website. He has an entire area dedicated to all of his crazy air-gap leaking data stuff. Look at this. Injecting data from air-gapped computers to nearby gyroscopes. Gyroscopes, chat. With videos and everything. Lantenna, exfiltrating data from air-gapped networks via Ethernet cables. Air-gap exfiltration attack via radio signals from SATA cables. Sending covert Morse signals from air-gapped devices via network card LEDs. Thank you for the clip. Whoever decided to clip, I appreciate it. A clip, 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 and a clap. And then you've got your Twitch clip. I should do a re-recording of that. AirFi, leaking data from air-gapped computers using Wi-Fi frequencies. So much for your Wi-Fi being broken. Generating covert Wi-Fi signals from air-gapped computers.
Why?
There's a reason why someone invented LAN over power lines. Yeah, but this wouldn't help you. You've still got you got to tape up your LEDs now, because this guy can hack you via your LEDs. Leaking data from air-gapped systems by turning the power supply into speakers. See, now you can't even use a power supply anymore. Holy moly! Ooh, Karen singing. Okay, let's watch that. I think this works. Let me try.
Well, everybody's heard about the router. Router. Router's the word. Well, a router. Router is the word. Well, a router. Well, a router is the word. Well,
yeah.
A router. Router's the word. Well, a router. Well, a router is the word. Well, a router. Router is the word. Well, don't you know about the router? Well, everybody knows that the router is the word.
New challenge, chat. Get Karen to sing. Never mind 100 in the drop game. Get Karen to actually sing something for us. That would be amazing. And I know that someone's gonna attempt to rickroll me with it. Yeah, so this guy really... Oh, Jens, look. LAN over power lines. He's got one for that too. Power hammer. Exfiltrating data through power lines. This guy is your worst nightmare, chat. This guy is your worst nightmare. Whatever you've decided to do, this guy's thought of a way to get at you. He's literally your worst nightmare. Look at this. Mosquito. Covert ultrasonic transmissions between two air-gapped computers using speaker-to-speaker communication. Odini. Escaping sensitive data from Faraday-caged air-gapped computers via magnetic fields. You put your thing in a Faraday cage? Can't stop me. This guy's coming for you. This guy's absolutely savage. This is absolutely insane. Thermal manipulations using temperature. This guy thinks of everything. I can totally imagine this guy's Miro board. He like probably broke a computer into all the aspects of what the computer is, like literally every tiny piece of what a computer is, and then he thought for every single component how he can weaponize it, like for an attack, how he can attack that as a vector. That is totally what I would do if I was even 1% as intelligent as this guy. Magnetic fields will not penetrate a Faraday cage. I actually don't know. Magnetic fields penetrate Faraday cage. I thought a Faraday cage only stops electrical signals. The ideal Faraday cage is a superconductor, and it blocks external magnetic fields by creating electrical currents on its outer surface, which redirect magnetic fields so they basically don't penetrate. Okay, but... Oh, here it is. Hold on a second. Faraday cages cannot block stable or slowly varying magnetic fields. So I'd imagine his attack rests along that. Something like that. But he's 100% mad scientist. A guy to come up with a thing to attack a computer via an LED is 100% mad scientist. But genius. So Mordecai, hats off to you, because that's pretty insane. Yeah. Anyway, chat. As if you weren't already afraid, I will keep at least 15-meter distance when I run my microwave from now on. Yeah, he might be trying to hack your microwave. You never know. This guy could be anywhere. If you're not already afraid, chat, check this out. Read this title, chat, and tell me that you're not freaked out by this. This is the creepiest, most absurd thing I read this week. If he hacks me, he'll find nothing but disappointment. Oh, Fractal, he doesn't need to hack me to find that. It's just, it's right there. It's right there. I'm wearing it on my sleeve. Mind-reading technology translates brainwaves into photos. The technology could be used to communicate with people in comas. Does nothing to you. Okay, Yost. Researchers are developing mind-reading technology that can translate a person's brainwaves into photographic images. This was published in Nature. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Nature as a magazine or as a publication. Nature is pretty serious, okay? You don't get published in Nature when it's just you're building analytics for live streamers. It's very, very bullshit in my professional opinion after reading some of the literature. It is super difficult to get a trustworthy baseline. Okay, very interesting. Fractal, do you work within this space? It's very interesting. I'd love to actually talk to you sometime about that. I think I need to sit properly, chat. The ball is becoming too difficult. I think I've reached my ball limit for today. Oh boy. 1 second. It is basically pseudoscience. I was a scientist prior to noping out of that dead-end career. Noping. I haven't heard noping used that way in a while. Nature is fallible. Yes, it is. It's a very respected journal, but like everything, it is fallible. Absolutely. So, chat. What they did is they showed photos of faces to 2 volunteers inside something called a fMRI, which is the first time I heard about that. The F stands for functional. So, speaking of magnets, functional magnetic resonance imaging scanner. It's a non-invasive brain imaging technology that detects brain activity by measuring changes in blood flow. That already sounds very far-fetched. Basically, hey, Baby Bat, thank you for the follow. Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Great quote, Stream Elements. Totally on point today. Right, chat? Baby Bat, great to see you. As the volunteers looked at images of faces, the fMRI scanned the activity of neurons in the areas of their brain responsible for vision. So I see what they did. They scanned people's heads, looked at how blood is moving around, and then fed that into an AI, and the AI built an image from the MRI. Chillaxathor, welcome to the stream. So good to see you again. It's been a while. It's been a while. So essentially, this was what they were stimulated with, and this is what they brain reconstructed based on the AI. Hi, good to see you. Hope your stream has been going well so far. Yes, it has. And Baby Bat, it's your first time here. You also get the hi sign. Hello. Very good to see you. The sign is to welcome you. Because me just saying hi once is not enough. It's that simple. Thank you for sending all the good vibes, Chillaxathor. Appreciate that. Great to see you, Baby Bat. Basically, you can find sensational headlines about this technology going back like 10 years. There's an excellent article in Vox about this if you search fMRI and Vox. Really? fMRI Vox? There's a lot of junk fMRI research out there. Here's what top neuroscientists want you to know. It's easy to misrepresent the findings from brain scan studies. Just ask a dead salmon. That's a great article. That's a great article. We are going to put that in the Patreon stream recap. So remember, everyone, you do not need to actually give me money. You can just go to Patreon and drop a follow. It's that simple. And then you will also get notified when I post the stream recaps a day or two after the stream. And for the Data Cafe, all the links are in there. Everything we talked about. Maybe not the pronunciations of router and router, but the articles that we talk about. Snacks are great. I'm having snacks right now, chap. I'm not ashamed to say that this is my tin of M&Ms. Peanut M&Ms. And they are delicious. I love them. I have to close them though. I'm gonna kill myself with sugar. Oh, Baby Bat. I'll tell you something, Baby Bat. Okay. Peanut and M&Ms. Peanut and M&Ms. Peanut and M&Ms is one thing. But I discovered a new flavor of M&M. I discovered a new flavor of M&M. And I cannot...
And Secretary Cardona and
I cannot stop
Mayor
eating these.
Bowser and Chancellor Fairby.
Yost, that reminds me, I got ice
Mamma
cream
mia,
to celebrate.
Papa Pia, Mama Pia, Papa Mia, Mama Papa Mia Pia, Mama Mia, Papa Pia, Mama Pia, Papa Mia, Mama Papa Mia Pia, Mama
She's
Mia,
not singing,
Papa
is she?
Pia, Mama Pia, Papa Mia, Mama Papa Mia Pia.
She's not singing. Bad Karen. Anyway, I discovered these like, I want to say like 6 months ago, maybe 5 months ago. These are salted caramel flavored M&Ms. And chat, I don't know about you, but salted caramel for me, oh, absolutely amazing. So I am very much addicted to these. I bought 2 packs yesterday, half a pack already gone. It's not good for me. It's really not good for me, chat. Really not good. But yes, peanut M&Ms are also great. Salted caramel is manna from heaven. Very, very well explained tactics. M&M flavor M&Ms? I don't know what that would taste like. Like 8 miles. I'm just having a salted caramel magnum right now. Oh, those are also very good, Yost. That's a very good ice cream. It's a very good ice cream. So Baby Bat, if you have the option of finding salted caramel M&Ms, do it. Just do it. So, okay. They show someone an image, they scan their brain, and then feed the results of their brain scan into an AI, which builds an image of what they think the person saw, because obviously we can't know what someone saw specifically. Let's take a look at these images for a sec here. I have a lot of questions here. So I can see like the similarity here. I can see the similarity here as well. Sorry, on the first image, second image. But the third guy, the third image, that's completely like, it's different. I'm sorry, it's just way, way different. This is very strange. Oops, I zoomed in. Not my first choice, but I like it. They were on sale. Ah, well, you know what? Cheaper always tastes better. As a result of the experiment show, the fMRI AI system was able to almost identically reconstruct the original images the volunteers were shown. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like the glasses are missing, Steffi. Exactly. So how accurate is it really reading the? Is it
boing bummed jack, boing bummed jack jack, boing bummed jack, boing bummed jack jack hat 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 hat, boing bummed jack, boing bummed jack jack, boing bummed jack, boing bummed jack jack hat hat hat.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad, Jens. I think she started beatboxing a little.
But then I don't get to do Tinder for beer and learn how to code Flutter. Or drinking whiskey beer.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Exegete, did you spoil the raid? Did you spoil the raid? Did you spoil the raid? Exegete? I sure hope not. Welcome in, UK Mad LZ. Or Ook Madels. Welcome in. So glad to see you.
How is your stream? Obviously, I can't even do a normal intro. Like my chat is against me. I can't even do a normal intro. 18 people come in here, chat. 18 people come in here, and I'm supposed to present who I am, and all they see is me struggling.
I've somehow managed to fuck. Oh. Because I don't allow it to say the drop commands. It doesn't put commands in because I didn't want commands.
Yeah, oh, and I seem to be having
commands.
problems seeing things as well. Oh
Only
my
messages.
gosh.
I'm an idiot.
I'm not buying these images. People remember features and almost no details outside of a narrow area of focus, don't they? Yeah. Total garbage. Welcome everyone to my stream. I'm Matty Two Shoes. I'm a data analytics streamer. I do all kinds of weird stuff on stream. As you can see, I'm currently having vision trouble, courtesy of Ian Alex Hart. Thank you, Ian. Memes are a big part of my stream. Data is a big part of my stream. If you like data stuff, you'll be right at home here. Fridays we run the Data Cafe, where we look at news of the week in data and tech. So that's what we're in right now. We're in our second last article of today, but we're also going to be watching a video afterwards and reacting to it. Because, you know, that's what people do on Twitch. They watch videos and react to it, and it becomes content. So yeah, what's the most common meme? My money is garbage. Your money is incidentally also falling from the roof. So thank you. If you would like to try and land 100 in the drop game, be my guest. I've been streaming for 1.5 years, and the only person to ever land 100 in the drop game was me. Yeah. Exactly like that. Mr. Googly Eyes. I'm having vision trouble. Don't make fun of my disability, Owen, please. It is very difficult to see like this. There's a trick, but I won't tell you what it is. I have a bit of M&M stuck in my mouth. Hold on. All right. So, chat. I hope you had a good time in Maddles' stream. What we are going to kick in is back into our weird and wonderful article about mind reading brainwaves. Okay? So the idea, chat, is that an MRI, a special MRI, scans your brain while you're shown an image, and then the scan goes back into an AI that rebuilds what your brain is seeing. That is basically the... That's the idea. Speaking of seeing, I hope that you're all now blinded. Oh my gosh, I landed again. In my own stream. I keep landing in the drop game. And the screen occasionally blinks black. That is because some kind of idiot, some kind of problem. Sorry, I read the chat. Some kind of problem with the OBS and Pixel Plush stuff. So the thing is, the third image is completely weird.
Show me what you got.
I am showing you. I am showing you, Jens.
What you got. Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
So, as the results of the experiment show, the fMRI AI system was able to almost identically reconstruct the original. I don't call this almost identically. The guy's missing his glasses. I don't know. So anyway, Thurza Dado, who led the study, believes that these highly impressive results demonstrate potential for fMRI AI systems to effectively read minds in the future. So I just want to say something about this, chat. I do not think that we should do this. I don't think that we as a society, we should go in this direction. I do not think that the last bastion of our privacy, our thoughts, should be invaded by technology. I am not in favor of this. I want to see a nay or a yay in chat. There's two emotes you can use. Nay and yay. They're global emotes, so everyone has available. You can have a vote nay or vote yay. I want to see votes in chat. Who thinks this is a great idea? Exegete is a nay. That was to be expected. Most definitely. I personally think this is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. I cannot stress this enough. Where technology comes into play, there is always potential for abuse. Always. And so the last space that we have, the last bastion of privacy that no one can touch, is our thoughts. Why would we even want to go in this direction? I understand, chat, that technology could be used to communicate with people in comas. Yes, but isn't it not better to invest more time into bringing them out of a coma? Yeah, exactly, Delvoid. I also like the idea of using this to communicate with coma patients, but surely we could invest time and money into bringing people out of a coma rather than some really arbitrary brain reading technology. And the potential for abuse rises with the value of the information. What's more valuable than privacy? Exactly. Exactly, Tactics. And what if you see the coma patient is having amazing dreams? How do you know they want to come out? Yeah, see, this raises a whole... It raises like a whole slew of ethical questions. And it's just a can of worms, chat. I don't think we should touch it. I really don't. I really don't think we should touch it. I think it's a terrible, terrible idea. Awful idea. Life is more valuable than privacy.
After pruning the rhubarb barbarian beards, the rhubarb barbarian beard barber, mostly with the rhubarb barbarians, went to the rhubarb barbarian beard barber to rhubarb barbarian beard barber in order to take her along to the rhubarb barber in order to eat some of rhubarb barber's superb rhubarb pie.
Not bad, Jens. Not bad. Not bad. 4x, life is more important than privacy. I'm on board with that. But I mean, privacy is a part of your life, kind of. I think that's what Exegete was going for. Plus, what if this reveals we're all in the Matrix? What if this reveals we're all living in a simulation? Can you imagine? This would just be... This would be absurd. It would be absolutely absurd. If we're living in a simulation, I don't want to know. It's that simple. I think that's what protects us from going insane. So chat, this is the worrying thing, right? I understand people are reaching. I understand people want to try stuff. But quotes like this: by developing this technology, it would be fascinating to decode and recreate subjective experiences, perhaps even your dreams. Does anybody remember the Black Mirror episode where they can rewind your thoughts on this little, like, spool kind of controller thing? This is exactly in that direction. Nobody wants this. Dado, Thurza Dado. Who is this? Thurza Dado. Nobody wants this, Thurza. Okay? Please do not research this, Thurza, because nobody wants this stuff. The monsters aren't under the bed, the monsters are in your head. Thank you, 4x. That's a very nice quote. Nobody wants this. Yes, let's give Google or Meta access to our freaking dreams. Imagine the blackmail. Oh, you did what with your best friend? Yeah, the amount of abuse, the potential for misuse is absolutely terrifying. Terrifying, chat. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. I believe we can train the algorithm not only to picture accurately a face you're looking at, but also any face you imagined vividly, such as your mother's. By developing this technology, it would be fascinating to decode and recreate subjective experiences, perhaps even your dreams. Such technological knowledge could also be incorporated into clinical applications, such as communicating with patients who are locked within deep comas. No, just no. Just no. We are already developing brain implant cameras that will stimulate people's brains so they can see again. That's a bit different for me. That's a bit of a different type of thing. I understand like them training the AI and stuff, but it just doesn't seem realistic. So Fractal's input earlier was also pretty good with the junk fMRI research. I'll include that in the Patreon post. I can't imagine faces. When I close my eyes, I can't visualize things. Lots of people can't. I imagine that's the case for many people, Yost. I'm a very visual person, so I remember faces very well. Although last time, we found out that I apparently don't remember faces that well. Whatever some Australian tool said to me. Have you read the book Lock-In by Scalzi? This gives me that kind of vibe. I have not. I have not. Rugmat, what are you laughing at? My face detection? I'm just telling you, I don't care what some like Australian tool tells me. I am very good at recognizing people. Forex says, Amazon unveiled a new feature in the works for its virtual assistant Alexa that can read aloud in a deceased loved one's dead voice based on a short recording of the person. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I read about that. That's also very questionable, isn't it? You know, because Forex, the problem with that, and let's jump to this for a second before we go on a quick 2-second break. The real problem with that, you know, Forex, is that even wanting to hear that person's voice again is legitimate, okay? Nobody can decide for you whether you should want to hear a deceased person's voice again or not. The problem is that the deceased person never gave consent to have their voice turned into an AI. That is the problem with all of these things, is that they are super cool, but we never asked those people before they died whether they are okay with that usage of their voice. Their voice belongs to their identity, and it requires their prior consent to doing that. GDPR does not apply to dead people. No, the laws around dead people are really complex. Really, really complex. But it's a basic right to privacy that we should honor. And those kinds of things, it just feels wrong. Like, I understand now we could have a consent framework, so we could store those things, and we could know if someone's wishes in their will, they could write, I do not wish for my voice to be digitized. I do not wish for my face to be created in virtual avatars. I do not wish for my likeness to be used. Blah, blah, blah. You could put all of those things explicitly in a will, but we have to assume that consent does not exist if there is no information. It's the only basis we can work with. Funny how this song is called Extra Life by Occam's Laser. So, speaking of life, I need to get up and move, chat, for like a minute or something. So we're going to run a short ad on break. Rugmat, if you would like to do the honors of spamming all the memes at once with your bot, that could be interesting. Are you sure you haven't already given consent to the Facebook? I don't think so. Hold on to your butts, because there's a ton of memes coming, and I'll be right back in a moment.
I think I am.
Stop it.
Get some help.
What is this?
Do it live! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
I think
A clip
I
and
am.
a clap.
Garbage.
You've got your Twitch clip. Can't do it. Do it live. Do it live! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wow. I can see Rugmat went ham. Absolutely ham on the memes. My computer is handling this perfectly. The external GPU is like no problem, no sweat. Ted Bundy. It's always a slightly different mix, isn't it?
I'm sorry. Good, that's the one.
It's always like a slightly different mix. Interesting. Anyhow, now I have to scroll up to see what people said, Rugmat. Jay Walter, did you make something in the drop game? I don't think so. Jens, I've kept my old answering machine with tape and all. Last message from my mother on that thing. Haven't listened to it since she passed, but I cannot throw it away. See, that's the thing, right? Jens. She left you a message. So it's not, you know, there isn't any, like, there's no gray area about whether that message was intended to be listened to or anything like that. She left you a message, and that's a message you can listen to whenever you feel ready to listen to it. And the thing is, like, just like implicitly assuming consent for people is kind of why we're in the privacy nightmare that we are in today, especially in the US and outside the EU, where GDPR is like, oh, that only applies to Europe and stuff. Privacy is a fundamental human right. I'm sorry. It's absolutely, it's actually disgusting and total that the US and other countries don't respect people's right to privacy. So digitizing a dead person's voice and then making them come back as an AI is exactly the kind of thing that a US company would do. You will never see a European company come up with a solution like that. It's just not in our, it's just not, I say our because I live on this continent, but it's not in culturally the Europeans' mindset to do something that is so vehemently against privacy, because we just have a different attitude towards it. And I think the rest of the world needs to kind of wake up and realize that things are changing. And you need to get on board with that. Now, there are situations where it may be extremely valuable or necessary to have information from something where you didn't get consent, right? And that's where the law needs to step in, right? That's where the law needs to step in and say, I don't know, there's a voice activated safe. Someone passes away. Are you allowed to open the safe without a copy of that person's voice? Technically, no. But how does the law cope with the fact that that possession now belongs to you, but you can't open it? You know, like the safe is yours because in the will it says you get all the possessions, but then you can't open the safe. Are you allowed to take an old recording and use that recording to open the safe? You know what I mean? Like, are you allowed to go to a company like Google or Amazon and say, hey, listen, this person's now deceased, but I need a copy of their voice in order to open the safe? Like, there's so many problems with that. What's interesting is that many Americans are heavily invested in privacy, but they don't understand computers enough to realize what they're giving away. My voice is my passport. Verify me. Sneakers lives!
Why?
Who's Sneakers?
Why?
That's why most safes have a backup. Yeah, not all of them though. That's right. That's the thing, right? Exegete. Not all of them. I mean, when push comes to shove, you can probably saw open the safe or something like that. But I'm saying, like, you know, aha, Sneakers is the movie The Pass. Oh, what is that from? What movie is that? What movie is that? I don't know that movie. My voice is my passport. Smart contract in the blockchain. Sneakers? That's the movie? I'm very confused. Take me to the title. 1992. Wow. A security pro finds his past coming back to haunt him when he and his unique team are tasked with retrieving a particularly important item. Ooh! That sounds like something I could watch. Is it on Netflix? Let me go check. Sneakers. It's not, unfortunately. Not on Netflix. Oh well, I'm gonna see if I can watch that somewhere. So Forex, smart contract in the blockchain? Yeah, maybe. Could be. Could work. Hello, Big Diff. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you again. Interesting subject you're talking about here. Yes, we are talking about very interesting stuff. Privacy, tech. Can't believe it's 30 years old. Yeah. 1992. That's 30 years. Just realized how old I am. I just realized how old I am. But I'm young at heart. I don't care. So, I'm grateful it is not available in my language. Not sure what you mean by that, Big Diff. Anyway, the last article of today, before we watch a video, we will be watching a video shortly. It's not a long video, it's like 6 minutes. But it's interesting. This smart mood ring is supposed to monitor mental health without changing colors. I like that they added this because it's like otherwise the whole thing of like, oh, Maddie's ring is in red mode, don't go near Maddie today. Like there's a whole privacy nightmare around exposing your health data to others. Yeah. So that was my initial reaction to Steffi with bullshit mood rings. RGB smart mood ring or GTFO. So this is really interesting. I read the thing on this. Okay, so basically there's a startup called Happy Health, and what they want to do is basically they have a mood ring, but the mood ring has an additional sensor in it that the other rings don't have. It has what's called a electrodermal activity sensor. Oh, you meant resurrecting deceased people's voices. Ah. Okay, Big Diff. It's a ring with an fMRI in it. Changing color info for your generation. Yes, RGB, being red, green, and blue. So basically, the electrodermal activity sensor monitors stress levels, and it's very interesting the way that it does this. Okay, basically, the EDA sensor measures electrical changes that occur in the hand in response to small amounts of sweat that start to be produced on the palm of your hand. So basically, they look for sweat gland openings or production, which is fed into an algorithm that identifies your emotional state. What's really cool is that they don't use a predetermined user set for saying like, oh, you're sweating like this, that means you're angry. It only adjusts the model based on your individual data, not other people's data, which would imply also that it doesn't go to the cloud, although that's not clear if it does that. What is very interesting, chat, is some little tidbit in here that I saw, that was very interesting that was not really mentioned in the article. Sean Rad is the founder of Happy Health, the company making this product. Sean Rad is the founder of Tinder. Yeah, exactly. All the stuff you're thinking about right now, chat, all of those things went through my head too. Why would someone dead set on trying to matchmake people go and found a health startup that makes a ring that tells you about your emotional state? Oh, I don't know. Wait a second. Couldn't it be? Couldn't it be? Could it be love? Could it be love? Could it be someone trying to measure love? Two people on Tinder, both wearing a Happy Health ring, meet. They have both data sets in the background. Maybe they decide to merge the two data sets with a right join, and then bam! They've measured love. They've cracked
I put my faith in data.
the code.
Information. Ones and zeros never lie.
I don't know, chat. Just seems a bit sus to me. Wouldn't work on me. I sweat permanently on my hands. Oh, Steffi. I read somewhere about an AI-powered recruiting tool that would analyze the facial expressions of the candidate during the interview. I think they're facing a lawsuit in California. Yeah, there's stuff like that, Jens, that is just not allowed. It's that simple. Your hands are awfully sweaty for a first date. Would you like some help with contraception? Hold on. We're gonna put that one into Clippy. Because that's funny. The good one, Exegy. Your hands are awfully sweaty for a first date. Would you like some help? And Clippy's like, hey, I can help you. Right join or left join? I don't know what I said. I don't remember. Would you like a fitness tracker from Facebook? Somehow this project didn't work out. I can't quite follow your thought line there, 4x. Right join, welcome to the stream. Did someone say right join? No, I don't think I said right join. Pretty sure I didn't say right join. This week's top privacy discovery was KBD Audio. It can guess pressed keyboard keys only by analyzing the audio captured from the computer's microphone. Available on GitHub. Yep, we covered that actually 2 weeks ago, I think. When did we cover that? 1 second. One moment. So I'm just gonna plug this again, just in case you're curious, okay? I have a Patreon page. You can support if you want. There are 4 levels. Of course, they are SQL functions. Of course. There's min support, there's median support, there's average support, and there's max support. So you can choose one of those tiers if you like. 3 euros a month is the lowest one. But most importantly is that you can here read all of the recaps. All of the recaps that we've done in the Data Cafe. So for example, you can go and be like, oh, Data Cafe, 5th of August, what was here? There's a meme of the day. And then you can look here and you see all the links to the different stuff. So for example, if I want to know, one of them was, I don't remember what the data, which one it was, but I can go back. Maybe Uber files. This was a while back. KBD Audio, I think, was quite a while back. Yeah, this was a while back. I don't remember exactly when it was. Sorry, Big Diff. It was somewhere in the back. Somewhere. You talked about privacy, and there's nothing like Facebook tracking your heart rate and other vitals 24/7. Somehow no one wanted to wear this tracker. That's true. That's very true. But this link isn't as obvious, right? Because it's a separate company. It's a separate company. It's started by the same individual, Sean Rad, but it's a completely separate entity. People will not make the connection between Happy Health and Tinder. But for sure, the classic in before, okay? I'm gonna call it now. I know nothing about this guy, but I'm gonna bet on the fact that the reason that he's doing a mood tracker is to improve Tinder. That's the edge that's the edge that Tinder could have over the competition, is like, if people are wearing a physical device other than their phone when they meet, imagine how crazy they could use that in their algorithm if they can track people's moods while they're together. Anyway, the reason they want to do this, at least what they say, and we take all that data and personalize exercises for you that are scientifically proven to help manage your stress and improve your mood and overall well-being. He added that from a security and standards perspective, the device is HIPAA compliant. It's surprising how well it works, even with a low-quality microphone. Yeah, Big Diff. Yeah, I remember. Even with just a simple phone microphone. This is pretty. HR employee being replaced by SQL. Insert into employees, select star from candidates, order by AI approval score descending limit 1. He left Tinder in 2017 when it was sold. Yes, Yoast, but you're telling me he's still not, he doesn't have a share? He doesn't have shares? You're telling me he doesn't have shares? He exited completely? Sean Rad Tinder equity. Let's find out. Former CEO, blah blah blah. That's, oh yeah, that's the lawsuit. The story was the emotional drama between the parties. Sean Rad, 35-year-old founder of Tinder, and Barry Diller, 79-year-old yacht riding media mogul. What? I don't know. We would have to do some digging to find out. HIPAA compliant. With that kind of information, Tinder could be very accurately on the edge of a relationship, because Tinder's goal is not quality long-term relationships, but returning customers. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, is like, they are destroying their own customer base if they match people too accurately. So I don't know. There's like a lot of weird. There's a lot of weird aspects to this. Anyway, this looks interesting. Would I try this? Probably. Honestly, yes. I probably would try this out. I don't know how much the thing costs, but I probably would be interested in knowing if the thing can accurately track my stress levels. Granted, it would probably be at 100 the whole day. I don't know what the scale is, but mine would probably just be a flat line on the top of the screen, and it's like, you're too stressed, I can't do shit, sorry. Like, there's like a notification that comes up, it's like, you're screwed, you know? Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I think 4X, what you're saying is that Tinder could know when a relationship is going to end based on stress levels and stuff. Could be kind of crazy. But the matched couple would be advocates for Tinder afterwards 2 times and new customers. Yeah. You're too stressed. Take a nap. You've mostly been in a mostly calm mood for the past hour. It's like those notifications, yeah. So they show you exercises like breath work and meditation and cognitive behavioral therapy-based journaling and all kinds of stuff. So they're basically doing all these like exercises in the app for you. And you can track them with the ring, and so they can tell you which exercises worked for you and which didn't. All these other wearables, Fitbit Sense, Sense 2, Manchester City's Smart Scarf, they all have EDA sensors too. But apparently the difference is that this EDA is different. The benefit of a ring is better suited than wrist or torso, blah, blah, blah. The device's sensors include 4 skin electrodes, 4 light wavelengths, accelerometers, and 2 temperature sensors. It also tracks sleep and overall activity and has an estimated battery life of up to 3 days. Thanks for turning the lights red. Someone want to change the background? We've had this background for a while. On the surface, a lot of this sounds similar to features like the Aura Ring or the Whoop 4.0, but the Happy Ring is focused on the user's mental state, and the other wearables on the market are looking at like heart rate and heart rate variation as a proxy, and they're actually measuring what they say is the actual...
Did you just say 4 skin sensors?
I said 4 skin electrodes. Jens. So yes, I said 4 skin electrodes, but I paused between those 2 words because anything else would be terrifying. So yeah, they're not like talking about metrics that are waking up and helping you physically perform. They're talking about strain and recovery. Yeah, 4 skin electrodes sounds terrible, but 4 skin electrodes. Look, you can have the article read out. Fine, let's have this article read out. Okay, hold on.
This smart mood ring is supposed to monitor mental health without changing colors. Estimated battery life of up to 3 days. On the surface, a lot of this sounds familiar to features you'll find in an Aura Ring or a Whoop 4.0 minus the custom EDA sensor. However, Rad says the Happy Ring is much more focused on a user's mental state, whereas other wearables on the market track metrics like, for instance, requires you to place your hand over the display to get a reading. The device's sensors also include 4 skin electrodes for light wavelengths, accelerometers, and 2 temperature sensors. It also tracks sleep to get a reading. The device's sensors also include 4 skin electrodes.
TTS is not doing very well there. Let's see how Karen does, actually. Let's see how Karen does. Karen, please tell me how good you are at this.
The device's sensors also include 4 skin electrodes, 4 light wavelengths, accelerometers, and 2 temperature sensors.
So actually, she did better because she paused in between the 2 words. However, this is a good reminder. Thank you for doing that, Jens. If you put something into Karen that is against terms of service, I will ban you. Just be aware of that. You can't use Karen as a proxy to say nasty words. I know that you didn't do that, Jens. I'm being very clear about that. I just want anyone else who's thinking about potentially putting stuff to have Karen say it because they didn't say it. You're still doing it. So anyway, that's just for you to know, because I don't want to risk getting banned by Twitch. So I'm definitely I will act on that. So yeah, basically they're talking about doing this based on their sensor. And what's very cool is that apparently this is why I would consider wearing one, because I have sleep issues. I have a lot of sleep issues. I have sleep apnea. I have very irregular sleep, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, the sensor is medical grade accuracy. What that means is there's a study that compares the device's accuracy to other wearables. And okay, yes, it was only 36 participants, but it was 77 ninth. And apparently was the most accurate, like very, very accurate. So over ActiWatch, Fitbit Charge, Whoop, and the Oura Ring, which you've probably heard of before. So yeah, it's a wellness gadget. It's a wellness gadget. And I'm kind of curious about it. It's in quotes. Yeah, it is. It is in quotes. Okay, let's look at the study quickly. It is in quotes. Rich, I can't pronounce the last part of your name. I'm sorry. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you, and remember, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Stream Elements is kind of cliche with the quotes. Wearable, blah, blah, blah. 36 healthy adults with no diagnosed sleep disorders and no recent use of medications, blah, 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 blah. Yes, blah, 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 garbage. Thank you. The Happy Ring performed well at home and in the lab, especially regarding sleep-wake detection. Personalized algorithm demonstrated improved detection accuracy over generalized approach and other devices, suggesting that adaptable dynamic algorithms can enhance sleep detection accuracy. A startup presentation can take anything. You're right about that, 4X. Our startup presentation slaps. Anyhow, so here's the problem. I would try it, but it uses a subscription model. Why do I need to pay every month to have a ring on my finger?
Quack, 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 quack. Ducks fly together.
Wait, okay, I don't mean this as a jab at people who are married. Just in case that was, I don't want that to be misunderstood. Thank you, Ian, for making the ducks quack. Why do I need to pay monthly to have a ring for my health tracking my finger thing? So you don't pay for the hardware up front. It's built into a subscription. $30 a month. $30 a month. I mean, yeah, cool, but just let me buy the damn ring outright. Let me just buy the damn thing and wear it. Ooh, new hue bulbs. Oh, sorry, I had to look at this. Oh my gosh. Full color white ambience bulbs. Oh my gosh. Wow. Beautiful bulbs. Oh my gosh. Those are beautiful. Mighty Ducks. Those look nice indeed. They do. I kind of expect there to be some kind of massive backlash against subscriptions. Yeah, there will be. There 100% will be. Isn't your back cold in your BMV? Don't you want to pay a subscription for heated seats? I mean, no, 4X, I don't. I don't. I don't want to. No, I don't. I definitely don't. Oh gosh. Anyway, chat, we reached the end of the articles, but seeing as it is just past midnight, I think we should watch a video together. What do you think, chat? Should we watch a video together before we log off for today? I think it would be fun to watch this because wow.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Sorry.
Good, that's the one.
Good lord. Jens, what is this? Oh, a music video. Can't play that, DMCA. Let's go, 100. So you've computed different speeds for the memes. That's insane. Yeah, chat, let's watch a video because I feel like it really embodies everything that I've been talking about for a long time. He doesn't want to subscribe to the airbag service. Do you want to buy it for your passenger as well? Oh my gosh. You imagine how savage that would be. You're in an accident. You have an airbag and your passenger doesn't. You're like, oh, sorry, I forgot to upgrade my subscription. It's so savage. Like, their head slammed against the dashboard and stuff. And they're like, why? And you're like, sorry, I forgot to upgrade. Your brake subscription has lapsed. This is awful. Just terrible. Okay, chat. Okay, I'm gonna copy this link for later, because we're gonna put that in there as well. Let me get the video, chat. Let me get the link for us. Okay. I have it. I have the link. I have the video. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, chat. You may know who this is, and I may get in serious trouble for doing this. I may get in absolute... I may put myself in a lot of hot water by doing this. But I am 100% certain that I am in a position to comment on this video. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop the music. I'm going to stop Pretzel Rocks from memeing in chat. And we're going to watch a video. For those of you who don't know, I do not react to content, generally speaking. I don't think it's a very good format for me. I don't like to react to video content. We watched a video a couple weeks back about open source intelligence because I thought it would be a nice learning experience.
Ones and zeros never lie.
But this is a video. It's an old video. It's from 2 years ago, but it has not aged well. It hasn't aged well because things are not the same as they were 2 years ago, and I don't agree with everything that this person said in the video from 2 years ago. This person is a very well-known person in the startup and coding community online.
Why?
Is this why you use vanilla JavaScript in your projects? No, it's not the reason. The person I am speaking about is Ben Awad. Ben Awad builds a lot of different projects, is a content creator, is fairly well known online. And Ben Awad made a video 2 years ago called The Problem with Live Streaming Code. And I would like to watch this video with you, chat, because I feel it's very important for us to watch this together. Ben talks about a few things and I don't really agree with it.
I have live streamed myself coding a project multiple times, and in doing that I've found multiple flaws with live streaming code that makes it a lot worse than, say, compared to streaming a game.
Okay, so Ben's point is that live streaming code is worse than a game. And I already have a problem with that sentence, and we're 13 seconds into the video and I already have a problem with that sentence, and that sentence is no audio.
And I see these flaws.
You should hear that, Jens. Did you not hear that?
Compared to
it says it's coming through. You should hear that. I don't know what's up, Jens. Okay. I already have a problem with this because he's comparing live streaming code to live streaming a game. And there is no comparison because live streaming a game is in no way educational. You can argue that yes, if you want to become an esports talent, that you're watching other people game and that it's useful for you, okay? That it's useful for you to learn their tactics within the game, but that is for a most smallest possible percentage ever. When you're talking about live streaming code or live streaming the tech space in general, it is educational in nature. So they are two entirely separate worlds. Do not compare live streaming gaming with live streaming code. It is not the same thing. Different audiences.
Streaming a game. And I see these flaws holding back other streamers that are doing code, not just myself. If you look at the coding section of Twitch, you'll notice that the viewership is very low.
Okay, so continuing on this angle, you'll see the viewership is very low. Yes, when you compare gaming with 30, 40, 50,000 concurrent viewers, with science and technology, or our wonderful category as it's known now, software and game dev, of course the viewership is nothing to be compared. However, you also have to recognize that the top viewership 2 years ago was 250 viewers, and now you've got people like Leon who average 7,000 or 8,000 people in a live coding stream, which is absolutely bonkers, chat. That is absolutely insane that 8,000 people could be looking at a coding stream, not a gaming stream. So yes, coding is not the same as gaming. So if you come into this with a mindset of, yes, are 50,000 people interested in watching Primogen code? No, they're not. But there are 1,500 developers that are interested in watching Primogen do stuff in NeoVim at 7,000 kilometers per hour. Halifax, seems like this dude's entire point is you're not going to make $1 million, which, yeah, exactly. You're not going to make $1 million. That's right. Different audiences. Who is interested in coding streams? Lower target audience than people who could be interested in gaming. That's right. There are exceptions. That's true, Joost. Those are exceptions. There are 2 to 3 people who get more than 500 to 800 concurrent viewers. But the thing is, Halifax, that's exactly the point. This argument of saying this doesn't get the same viewership as gaming basically says you shouldn't stream anything except gaming on Twitch, which is total and utter. I can't even say that one. I have to bleep that one out. It's absolute. There's no way that someone can come in here and say that Twitch is only a gaming streaming site. It's just not true anymore.
The most popular streamers are at anywhere between 100 to 400 viewers max. Maybe I'm just missing when the popular coders are on and streaming, but I've just never seen a stream with 1,000 concurrent viewers.
Before his time. That's not his fault. That's not Ben's fault. He was too early. He wasn't here to experience the craziness of Leon or Prime or Theo or other people who get big raids into them from other channels. You know? It's just not the case.
That is seriously coding. Compare this with the top channels on Twitch right now that are streaming games, and they're getting anywhere from 30 to
not educational
40 to 50,000 viewers on a daily basis. So why is it that live streaming code is so much less popular?
They're different audiences. We already established that. Any specialized niche has an inherently higher barrier to entry. Educating others in that niche is the way forward, however. That's right, Tactics. It's a niche, right? Because it's educational. So, yeah. Yost, the way I see it, since his whole premise is off from the start, there's no point in going through the rest of the video. Interesting. I would suspect that the buying power of code stream viewers is 10x of game stream viewers, and therefore advertising should be more valuable. That's true. I could see that. I don't know about 10x, but the buying power of live stream viewers in a coding stream is definitely different than Minecraft. That for sure. 4x says the goal of coding is not fun but knowledge, so in the end it can be about branding and future recruitment. That's true. Ben is appearing on True Stream. Wow.
Well,
okay.
I think it's because 3 reasons. The first is when you're streaming code, you have 2 competing interests that take away from each other. On one hand, you actually want to get stuff done with your project that you're coding. But then on the other hand, we have your viewers who are watching, and you want to make an engaging stream for them and interact with chat.
So Ben is absolutely on point about this. And this is why, Yost, I think the rest of the video is good to watch. Ben nails this. You have 2 competing interests. You have your project, but you have the stream. And so you have to combine the 2, and that is what creates the category of edutainment. That is what educational and entertainment together are. It's about being educational, but also making progress at the same time, right?
If you're focused on your project, you're going to be ignoring people in chat. Whereas if you are talking in chat and answering questions, you're literally crippling the progress that you could be making on your project. And I really mean crippling, because if you get some focused programming done, your productivity is going to look something like this. You'll warm up at first and then slowly get into things until you hit kind of a flow state, where at this point you are just thinking and it becomes code. And of course, this does not last forever. As you get tired and you run out of brain power, you're going to reach a point where your productivity drops, and you can even get into the negative productivity if you try doing things while you are tired. Now take a look at the graph of your productivity when you are streaming.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I'm going to absolutely decimate this, because this is a gross assumption of what happens in live coding streams. And this is simply not the case if you are streaming something that is meant for edutainment. If you go into it with the mindset of, I want to get stuff done, but I'm gonna live stream it, and not co-working stream. We're talking about actually streaming with the intent of responding to chat like I do with all of you, right? That is the wrong mindset, and that's exactly what's going to happen here in this graph. But the majority of people, like Prime or like me and other streamers in the tech space now on Twitch, go into it with the mindset of, we are going to build a project on stream with chat. So when we build Stream Bingo, or when we build Colorbox, or when we build Lurk Reveal, or any of these tools, which I've all built on stream in the past 1.5 years, by the way, we achieved the objective that we set out, and we did it while interacting with chat. And that is possible because it was planned that way.
Notice how you're never able to ramp into the flow state, because every time you pause to answer a question in chat, you're being disrupted. The main problem here is context switching is very expensive. When Dr. Disrespect takes a moment to read a donation or to answer a question, it's very easy for him to then go back into the game and continue what he was doing.
Is that Prime? No, I'm kidding. That's Dr. Disrespect. The point is, chat. The point is, the comparison for Dr. Disrespect reading out a donation versus me reading out a question from Tactics or Exegete or Forex or Jens or Joost or Steffi or Halifax about SQL is not a fair comparison.
Compare this when I'm trying to code an elegant quicksort algorithm, and somebody in chat asked me for the 4th time whether Angular or React is a better framework. And I pause to answer that, and then when I come back, I lose my thought process, and next thing I know, I just implemented bubble sort.
So obviously this is meant as a bit of a meme or joke reference, and I totally get that chat can be distracting. And if you don't pace yourself in how you stream and work at the same time, you can 100% get distracted. But if you go in to the whole stream knowing that people are going to ask questions, then you will make progress. It's just normal. Isn't Prime the Dr. Disrespect of tech? Yes, absolutely, Steffi. I have a different theory. I think a lot of dev streamers use their audience as a rubber ducky and that it's not about entertainment as much. Joost, that might be true, but if you look at how... If you look at how the streams are in the tech space, I think you'll find that a lot of them are still focused on some kind of entertainment factor. Even though, yes, it is a form of rubber ducking in a way. Forex, left or right join? I think we all know the right answer to that question. But just to be sure, do we have time, producer? One round? Okay. So apparently we have time for one round of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Right join, left join edition. I don't think I should answer this question though. What is this, Finite? I don't know. I don't know what this is. Is the music even playing? I feel like it's not playing. Oh. Ah, round. I thought you said rooter. Dr. Disrespect is a calculated personality invented to become popular. Prime is having actual fun for the sake of having fun, not at all the same. No, I don't want to answer this question. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Twitch chat is the world's best rubber duck. You will not be able to change my mind. I don't even disagree with you, Finite. I agree with you on that one. I really do. So the thing is, swarm intelligence, as Steffi says. Just the comparison to gaming is just unfair. Forex, I've already seen Want to Be a Millionaire last time, and I've already said I'm colorblind and there's no point. Oh, I'm sorry.
And trying
yes,
to strike a good balance between actually getting stuff done and answering comments in chat and interacting is very hard, and a lot of times you end up just doing both very poorly. Now, I realize for a lot of streamers, they don't care about the efficiency of the project they're working on. They're more doing things to be educational and show, you know, the process of creating something.
Okay, so Ben recognizes that there are a lot of streamers that don't care about becoming millionaires and that they want to do it for educational purposes.
And this leads us to problem number 2, and that's watching someone live stream code is an incredibly inefficient way to learn how to code.
Do you think this is true, chat? Before we hear the explanation of why Ben thinks it's a terrible way to learn how to code, do you think that this is the worst and inefficient way to learn how to code? When you watch someone who's actually coding professionally in a day-to-day environment, someone like Prime or someone like Finite, when you watch someone work on an actual project, do you think that's a terrible way to learn how to code? Because I do not think that that is a terrible way to learn how to code. I think that's a very efficient way to check your knowledge level, to see where you are at, and to ask questions. I think that's a great way to learn.
People think that they want to watch every little detail that goes into building an app, But in reality, they don't want to watch you struggle to get your code to run on your own computer because you're getting some kind of path error and you spend the next 40 minutes debugging it.
Okay. The thing is that if you get an error and you spend 40 minutes debugging it on stream, this is what development is like in reality. There is no amazing wool over your eyes view where you code up an entire hyper web app in 12 hours and release it and there's like 40 million users on your app the next day. I'm sorry, that is not the reality, Ben. Not everyone is a top tier coder. Most people are learning how to code, which involves struggling. And people want to see you struggle. I directly disagree with what Ben says. People want to see you struggle because they can identify with you, because they are struggling too. They are struggling in their path to learn. And that's so important. That's so important for people to see and recognize that other people go through the same things that they are going through. The relatability is so important. Look, I'll catch up on chat. Finite is remarkably singular in his ability to do his day job while engaging with chat concurrently. Yes, exactly. That's the thing. You can do both. If you know how to do it properly, I think that you can. And Steffi disagrees, even if I've learned stuff on streams and I generally don't like audiovisual media for programming. Finite says, I don't think it's a great way to actually learn how to code. I think it's a great way to see how others do things. Yes. Exactly. Because of the interaction, I believe I will remember more than if I just read it or watched the video. 4x, good point. I love the peek into a tech stack. Great for assessing other languages and frameworks without making all the mistakes myself. Finite, laughing my butt off at they don't want to watch you struggle. No, Jens, to be honest, most streams I follow in a kind of co-working lurk mode. They are more than often inspirational, but also creates a sense of virtual colleagues as a solo founder that has tremendous value to me. Steffi saying, I only go to streams to watch the struggle because I can relate with that. Also, seeing other coders struggle can teach you a ton about approaching a problem, these sort of problems. Yes. So realistically, as 4x says, the most important thing is to just debug and troubleshooting because that's reality. Even if people want to replicate it, it'll run into a bunch of similar bugs too. That's exactly the point. That the realistic version of coding is 10% success and 90% failure. And you need to cope with the 90% failure. And if you can't do that, you're not fit to be coding. It's that simple.
There's just too much dead time, and for that reason, it's almost strictly better to watch a video series compared to watching someone live stream. I would almost
completely disagree.
Never recommend to a beginner to watch someone live stream code to get better at it.
Okay, that I agree with. I would not recommend that someone watch a live streamer to get better at coding, whatever that means of
failure.
Get better.
Part of the issue is coding a real project takes a long time. I can watch Grandmaster Hikaru play an entire game of chess in the next 10 minutes, but I could watch Handmade Hero work on his game for the next 2 hours and only see a sliver of his code base, which is kind of related to problem number 3.
Interesting. So because you only see a part of the code base, it's inherently a problem, which I don't agree with.
And is the main thing that kills live coding. And it's very hard to follow along with what they are coding, especially if you are new to the programming language they are using, or if you're just new to the stream.
Okay. This point, I want you all to listen very carefully to this one because this is a really important point.
When I open up a stream of someone playing Fortnite, I know right away what they're doing. But when I open up a stream of someone coding and they're just there on the screen, they got their text editor up, they're typing away, I may or may not know the programming language they are using, but even if I do, I most certainly don't know their code base.
Okay, chat. Easy question. When you open up a stream, is the first thing, the reason that you opened up that stream, the code or the person streaming? Let me know in chat. Everyone in here right now, there's like 40 people in this stream. If even half of you respond, that's already statistically relevant and significant. When you open a stream, is it because the programming language is Python? Or is it because of the person? Person streaming. Person. Bullshit, they don't program big monoliths anymore, but smaller functions that are independent. Person. No one in here, and I believe that practically no one on Twitch watching live coders is ever going to tell you that they logged onto that stream for the sole purpose of watching someone write Python or write SQL. It's just not going to happen. It is about the person. It's about the person transmitting knowledge. You may discover new streams based on a language. That's right, Tactics. But you will continue to watch, or you will go back and watch that person next time because of that person, not because of them doing amazing SQL with right joins. It's just the reality. And Ben's assumption is that because you don't know the language, you can't follow along. It doesn't matter because the streamer takes over.
And it's really tough if you're not familiar with the technologies or the libraries that they're using. For example, I popped into the Wolfram channel and saw this giant graph and had no idea what was going on and didn't feel like investing the time and figuring it out, so I just left the stream.
Did you hear that, chat? Didn't feel like investing the time. That is not a problem of the stream. That is a problem of Ben not wanting to invest the time to understand what this graph is actually talking about. If that person was interested in learning, then they would have stayed in the stream for another few minutes because Stephen Wolfram would 100% have explained what this is about. And that is where it comes down to, chat. It comes down to someone talking about what they're doing.
The fact that as a viewer, you have to put more effort into figuring out what's going on, even if you're familiar with the technology being used, is a deterrent. And it makes it harder to just kind of watch casually. And that is one of the things that I think is a big thing making coding live streams less popular.
That is correct. That's 100% correct. Viewers need to invest more in order to pay attention to a live coding stream. It's that simple. It's not like watching a Fortnite game. Because it's educational. That's the whole point. It's taxing your brain. It's using your brain rather than just watching someone pew 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 someone, which doesn't use any of your brain cells, right? Watching a gaming stream does not activate any particular part of intelligence in your brain. It's purely for entertainment purposes. But watching a coding stream is activating intelligence cells in your brain, which of course requires more effort. But that's not a bad thing. It just means that the two things are very different.
All right, I also have a bonus flaw for you that's very near and dear to my heart and may affect some other programmers as well. And that's when I am programming, I am not just sitting at my computer. I also have to think. And when I'm thinking, I like to just pace around the room and pace around and walk and go anywhere than sit in my chair. So when I live stream and I have to think while sitting, I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot annoying.
Okay. So space is a problem. Who says that you can't get up and walk around? There's no one that says that you have to sit in your chair for 4 hours and that's your live stream. Who's saying that? You make the rules, Ben. It's your stream. If I decide that I want to get up, it's my rule and I can get up whenever I want. Prime gets up regularly and goes to the bathroom with his green screen stuff. Maybe streaming live coding is not for everyone. That's right, Jens.
So yeah, that's kind of the problems you're going to encounter when you try live streaming code. And I'm kind of specifically talking about when you're building a project over, multiple streams and it's kind of a large project. But really these things pop up when you're doing any kind of live coding. This is not to say that you shouldn't live stream code ever, but I do think you should look at the opportunity costs. If your goal is to finish a project, you should be doing that off stream, focus work without interruptions. If you're trying to do something educational, I think it's just strictly better to build a video series. And then if you are trying to kind of build your following as a streamer or be entertaining, instead of trying to do a coding stream, just do something coding or tech related that is not necessarily you just sitting there and coding for hours. But yeah, I wish these things weren't a problem.
They aren't. They aren't a problem. There's hundreds of streamers today in science and tech and software and game dev who stream coding to thousands of viewers every day, so it's not a problem.
I would love it if live streaming code was more popular.
It is. It's more popular than it was 2 years ago.
I would love to become the next ninja.
No, no one wants to be ninja.
Of coding, having a nice cooler of Red Bull next to me while I build the next Facebook for the world to see. But mine is the part where I sell my soul to Microsoft. But the reality is, live streaming code is a poor use of my time and it's a poor use of my viewers' time. And for that reason, that's not something that I want to do anymore. And that's not to say I won't ever live stream again. It just probably won't be coding on a project.
Okay, so that is the conclusion of this saga. That Ben will not probably, most likely, ever live stream again on a project because it's bad use of his time and his viewers' time. And you know what? That's totally fine. But if Ben ever watches this VOD anywhere, it'll probably be on YouTube, to be honest, because that's where I put all of my VODs. If you're watching this, then you should know that, first of all, it's been 2 years since you made this video, so things can change. That's totally fine. But what you also have to understand is what Jens and Forex have said. This video or live streaming code is not for everyone. Not every activity is not for everyone. Bungee jumping is not for everyone. And the reality is that live coding is not for everyone. Live coding is for me. I love live streaming work, even though it is not efficient and people probably don't have the same learning effect as if they went out and bought a video course from Udemy or Coursera. The fact of the matter is that live streaming here on Twitch is one of the most fun things to do.
Garbage.
And there's nothing that can replace that. There's nothing in the world that can replace the feeling of having 20, 30, 40, 50 people sitting here
play, then why'd you come to the party?
Partying with us, discussing important topics, talking about tech news, programming, helping backseat my code, helping develop stuff that I build on stream. No one can replace that feeling. And it's not about comparing us to gaming or comparing us to animals.
Garbage.
Because live streaming is a field, live coding is a field within itself. It stands on its own, just like live streaming gaming. Just like live streaming gaming also stands on its own. It's that simple, chat. And that is what I want to leave you with today. That is my thoughts that I want to leave you with today. I hope you agree, largely, with what I said. I would love for you to weigh in on this. Come join the Discord. Come, you know, talk about it in our Discord. Chat about it. Float some different opinions around. Boss Fighter, you're absolutely correct. No one can replace chat. No one can replace you. Devs are close to gaming, that's true. Jens, maybe I already asked you, but are you attending Slush this year? No, unfortunately not. I will not be attending Slush. I wish. I would love to, Jens. I would love to. If I won tickets, then yeah, probably, maybe. I could probably swing it. I will be going to a conference at the end of September, though. which is probably also when I will take my streaming break that I spoke about a week or two back. That's probably when I will take a streaming break. But for the moment, chat, we are set for Monday's stream. Monday, I will be speed running the new Data Lemur website. Data Lemur is a SQL practice site similar to like whatever HackerRank or whatever, but it's way better, I promise you. It was developed by someone who wrote a book.
I think I am getting a text message.
Check out my Twitter. You can go look at that. Clip and a clap. And then you've got your Twitch. Let's wrap up, chat. Let's wrap up.
I can smell the creative juices.
Everybody.
Yum, 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 yum.
Thank you for your amazing support.
My faith in data, information. Ones and zeros
I should write a
never
book
lie.
about SQL. Boss Fighter, I don't think I have the patience to write a book about SQL. I have been considering recording something about SQL.
What is this?
It's Microsoft Excel.
Can someone change the background?
What's that smell?
It's a little bit too bright to read. But thank you, Jens. Oh god, I can't read the names.
Garbage.
I can't read the names. They're too bright. Why are you doing this to me, chat? Why are you putting on such bright backgrounds? I can't thank people properly.
Stop it. Get some help.
You'll find all the links to all my stuff on my website, Tactics. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the gift sub and new subscribers. Thank you to everyone who followed. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. We shall see each other on Monday. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. It really means a lot to me. I had a lot of fun today. We are going to raid someone today. We're gonna raid someone today who we have never ever raided before.
We'll do it live. Okay.
And it's something very different.
We'll do it live.
But I really look forward to you experiencing this stream. I think you will enjoy it, chat. Thank you, everybody, and good night and good weekend to you.
If you didn't want to play, then why'd you come to the party?
I'll just read the chat. Read the chat and wrap it up. I'll just read the chat and wrap it up. I'm a Red Panther.
Fine. I'll say I'm sorry.
No, be sincere. Like this. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.